Testing 1, 2, testing 1, 2. Testing 1, 2. Well, good evening, basketball fans. Welcome to Mississinewa High School for tonight's girls basketball action between the Maconaquah Lady Braves and the Mississinewa Lady Indians. Dalton Bishop with you here tonight alongside Ryan Scott and Josh Dakin, who will be joining me in just a few moments. Well, Mississinewa comes in, the JV Lady Indians, this is who we're speaking about right now. The JV Lady Indians come in off of a win this past Wednesday, defeating Wabash in that contest by 20, 60-40. And that's where they stand at 1-0 on the season, getting ready to start with their second game of the JV season. In that game, their leading scorer was Jasmine Horvath, who led that team to victory with 17 points, her career high and probably her best game ever in her high school career. And, you know, Ryan Scott joining me now. Ryan, you were here on Wednesday to see that. Man, I'm telling you what, Jasmine Horvath looked like she was ready to play.
Yeah, you know what? She played very, very well. And I could see a big difference in her while she played that game. You know, JV started off a little rough at the beginning of the game, and they increased, and so did Jasmine, and Jasmine played very well.
Yeah, I definitely think that, you know, this game tonight is just key tonight. You know, winning this game would just put you in good shape, you know, starting out for your season 2-0. Dara Watson had 10 points with the Lady Indians. It was Jasmine Horvath led the team with 17, then Dara Watson with 10. Sierra Vasquez had 6. Candace Downham and Raven Gibson had 4 apiece. And then there was 3 players with 2 points, Lakin Emmons with 2, Casey Sands with 2, and Taylor Ulrich also with 2 points. Well, we'll step aside for 2 minutes and come back and talk more about this game. This is Lady Indians basketball on the Tribe Sports Network. Welcome back to Mississinewa High School. Sorry, we're having a little bit of technical difficulties trying to figure out our wireless microphone situation. So back on the pregame with Josh Dakin is with me here. And Josh, we're back again for basketball, girls basketball, where we saw the JV Lady Indians come up victorious on Wednesday, defeating Wabash 60-40, led by sophomore Jasmine Horvath, who led the team with 17 points. Josh, I thought she did an excellent job. She led the team offensively, and she had her career high and probably her best high school game ever.
Yeah, that's for sure. I really thought she played a good ball game start to finish. I mean, she played really good defensively, and she played even better offensively because it goes to show when she had 17 points. So I think she's going to be the key player for the JV contest tonight, because I really didn't see anybody else that could lead the team in their first game the other night. So I'd say right now she'd be the leader, and she's probably the most experienced. I mean, if you look at all the other ladies, Jasmine got a lot of playing time last year, I feel like. So, I mean, I would say she's the leader right now.
Along with Jasmine, you have Lakin Emmons and Jenna Berryhill, who saw significant minutes last year. But other than that, this team's pretty young because Sierra Vasquez, who's a junior, did not play last year. She's back this year and ready to go. Defensively, the defensive leader for the Lady Indians on Wednesday was freshman Daryl Watson, and who we talked about, who had 20-plus deflections in that ball game to go along with 5 or 6 steals. Man, Josh, I'm telling you, she did a great job. We'll take a timeout and come back and talk more Lady Indian basketball. This is the IHSAA Girls Basketball Action live from Mississinewa High School.
Test 1 2. Test 1 2.
Varsity girls basketball game between Grizzlies and Maconaquah Lady Braves and your Mississinewa Lady Indians. Sportsmanship is a high priority to CIC and Mississinewa High School. Your admission to this athletic event allows you to enjoy the exhibition of skills developed by the student athletes. Please give these athletes encouragement and support. Everts football is balanced all participants is greatly appreciated. Bullying, taunting, and intimidating officials, coaches, or athletes is unacceptable in a sports environment. I'd like to introduce you to starting lineups first for the visitors, Maconaquah Lady Braves. Starting on the guard, 5'6" sophomore, number 3, Jolie Gardner. The other guard, 5'3" freshman, number 22, McKenna Wilson. The one forward, 5'7", junior, number 34, Josie Pike. The other forward, 5'8" sophomore, number 31, Savannah Miracle. And the center, 6' freshman, number 22, Anna Hubbard. Let's keep the starting lineup for your Mississinewa Lady Indians. Starting at one guard, 5'6" sophomore, number 14, Lakin Evans. Another guard, 5'5" freshman, number 22, Kara Watson. Third guard position, 5'3" sophomore, number 30, Jasmine Horvath. At one forward, 5'7" junior, number 31, Sierra Vasquez. At the other forward, 5'7" sophomore, number 32, Jenna Murrayhill. Ladies are coached by Laura Friday. Officials for the team, Jerry Saunders and David Glenville.
Well, welcome back to Mississinewa High School. We are ready to go. We had a few technical difficulties getting our wireless microphone situation figured out, but now we're ready to go and rock and roll in Gas City for tonight's girls basketball action between the Maconaquah Lady Braves and the Mississinewa Lady Indians. Barry Hill to jump, and this one is controlled by the Lady Braves, and Horvath playing good defense already. So here we go, working inside and knocked away by Watson. Josh, that's what we talked about in the last game. Horvath with a run out. She goes up with a layup and missed it bad.
I was going to say, that's also what we talked about. We got the scoring machine with the layup no good.
Up top with the ball is Gardner. That's Jolie Gardner. Throws it over to Miracle. Back to Gardner. Working it in the corner to Pike, and it's taken away by Berryhill. Here is Watson running the point guard position. Up top, sets up the Lady Indian offense. Volleyball line. Emmons moves. She gets it over to her on the far side. Emmons dribbling back with her right and looks, finds Horvath wide open in the corner. She thought about it. Now Berryhill's going to take a dribble, and looks like there's a 3-second in the lane call against Sierra Vasquez.
Yeah, that's a good call. She was probably in the lane for more than 3 seconds.
Yeah, she was camped out down there.
Yeah.
And good call by Jerry Saunders. Gardner breaks the press and gets it over to Pike and knocked away. Pike with it. Dribbles to her right. Now picks up her dribble and gets it back to Gardner. Gardner spots up for a three and left it short, and a rebound comes down to the Lady Braves, but she knocks it in bounds, and Emmons picks it up, and here comes Watson. Let's see if the Lady Indians can get on the board here. Horvath going to launch a three and left it a little short, and Emmons gets the rebounds and saves it to Berryhill. Now Watson spots up a three ball, and this one is off to the right and an air ball out of bounds.
No, but you know what, Dalton? That is two really good shots there by the Indians. That's Horvath's wheelhouse right there, and Dara Watson's probably the best player out there for the Indians on the JV team. So that, I mean, she's got the green light from anywhere.
Yeah, Dara Watson probably the most consistent and best overall all around for the Lady Indians. And a shot up and a three ball good by Miracle. Now Watson up at the volleyball line, setting up the Lady Indian offense. Emmons goes in motion. And here's Horvath. She's thinking about a three. Picked up her dribble inside to Vasquez. Vasquez backs her down. Horvath open a three. This one is long. Lady Indians are getting good shots. And checking into the lineup is number 33, Casey Sands. Who is she going to replace? Replaces number 31, Sierra Vasquez. I'm sure Coach Friday is just going to have a talk with her and say, when you're that close to the basket, you might as well just go up with it. Horvath saves it, but it was tipped, and she throws it back over to Dara Watson. Things getting a little sloppy.
Yeah, they are, but you know what? That's how the Indians play, so they're just going to have to continue to run that up-tempo game.
Here's Watson. Now she spots up a three. This one is nothing but net.
Yeah, that's a really good shot there by Dara Watson. I mean, she's a shooter. She's a ball player, too. I mean, she's good.
You knew when you could just tell she was going to launch it because she had that look in her eye, and she knew that one was going to go in. And a turnover on the Lady Braves off of the Lady Indian pressure.
I mean, her and Horvath, they have the green light special anytime they want.
After a 17, they led the team in scoring. Horvath averages 17 points per game, only one game this year, and Watson averaging 10 with the only one game she's played this year. So here's Lakin Emmons. She's going to drive inside, put up a running floater, no, but she was out of bounds when she tipped it.
Well, I mean, when you think about it, one's averaging 17, one's averaging 10. That's 27 points. That's 27 of the 60 that they scored Wednesday night. That's half the scoring right there.
It's a 30-second timeout, Maconaquah. It's tied at 3 with 3:47 left in the first. We're back in 30 seconds on the Tribe Sports Network. Back on the Tribe Sports Network. Gardner goes up with a shot. Missed it. Fought for, and another rebound to the Lady Braves. Josh, this is something we talked about in the last game. Rebounding is killing the Indians this year.
Yeah, and it's did that for the varsity team, too. They have to box out if they're going to be a good basketball team.
So traveling violation on Gardner, and things are knotted up at 3. Here goes Watson running the point guard position. We talked to her in the post game on Wednesday, the last game. She said she likes being the point guard because she likes telling people what to do and being in control. So here's a nice little pass from Horvath to Berryhill. She threw up a crazy shot. It's knocked out of bounds off of a Lady Brave. First off, Jerry Saunders said Indian ball, but now he changes things up and gives the ball back to the Lady Braves.
Yeah, I'm going to be honest. I still think that was Indians basketball.
Running the floor is Pike. She loses control. Looked like she traveled. Throws it in the corner. Gardner going to spot up for a 3 and hit it. Now the Braves take a 3-point lead. Watson passes it to Horvath. She drives inside, kicks it out to Berryhill. Now she throws it over to Sands. And now Watson spots up for a three and left that one short.
And the Indians got to make sure they get back on defense.
Horvath gets the ball, runs the floor. Now she's going to slow it down and give it to Watson. And now Watson to Berryhill. Inside Emmons, she goes up with a shot, left it short, off of a Lady Brave, and it's going to be Indian basketball. Josh, at this point, I think if you are Coach Friday, you might want to take a timeout and say, guys, we need to slow it down.
Yeah, most definitely. They do not look like they're on the same page right now.
Casey Sands gets the offensive rebound off of a shot missed from Watson. A shot inside by Gardner off the glass and in. And it's a 5-point Lady Brave lead. Here comes Watson. Vasquez goes to the scorer's table to check in. Watson up top of the volleyball line looking. Right now, Josh, the Lady Braves defense is very good. I thought Emmons got fouled right there, but it was a no call. Emmons goes inside, shoots it again, misses again, and a rebound to the Lady Braves. Lady Indians are very sloppy offensively.
She's starting to force it a little bit, and they don't want to be doing that.
With the ball is Gardner. Throws it over to Miracle. Shot fake, and here is Pike, a free throw line jumper, left it short. Rebound, Lady Braves, and now Gardner goes up with a floater and puts it in. Timeout, Mississinewa. It's a 30. 10-3, 1:25 left in the first. Back after this on the Tribe Sports Network. Back on the Tribe Sports Network out of the timeout. Watson with the basketball at the volleyball line, looking. Dribbles to her right, picks up her dribble. Now she's under heavy pressure and knocked away by the Lady Braves, and it's off of a Lady Brave, and it's going to be Indian basketball. But, man, Josh, things are very, very sloppy here early for the Lady Indians.
Yeah, they just can't seem to find the rhythm, and that's what they need to work on here to get it back into shape.
Here's Vasquez holding the basketball. Now she's going to go around her defender. She's being fouled. Foul's going to be on Lady Brave, number 42, Madison Grigsby. Vasquez on the inbound pass from Watson, puts it in and gets her first two. Under a minute left in the first. It's 10-5. Lady Braves with the lead. Inside, Gardner, free throw line floater, no good. Rebound fought for. Gardner gets it, throws up another floater, no good. And Candace Downham comes away with the rebound, and here is Watson. Watson running the court. Goes inside with a floater, and it's an offensive foul on Watson.
I'm not quite sure how you can call that a charge. She was planted, but I don't see that being a charging foul. I see it a no call and you play on.
Yeah, I don't know. Watson comes away with a steal. Now Vasquez has it, picks up the dribble, and dribbles it to the volleyball line.
I'm thinking they're going to hold for one shot here.
Yeah, here's Watson, gets it to Berryhill. The Lady Braves are playing good defense. Watson launches a three-ball wide open and nails it. How about that shot from Watson? She's got a smooth jumper.
Yeah, and that's 2 threes for her here in the first half, so I'd say she's going along nicely.
Down to 8, 7, 6. Floater by Gardner, good.
They give her a wide open lane.
2 and 1, and that's the way the first quarter's going to end. At the end of the first quarter, Maconaquah 12, Mississinewa 8. Back in 2 minutes with the second. This is Lady Indian Basketball on the Tribe Sports Network. Welcome back to Mississinewa High School with the start of the second quarter. Here's Watson up top of the volleyball line looking. Raven Gibson in. They get it over to her. She throws it over to Downham in the corner. Downham looks, throws it inside. Gibson saves it, gets it to Emmons. Emmons is tripped and fouled. And the foul is going to go on Lady Brave number 13, Madison Wilson. That was Wilson's first and the team's second. And an inbound pass. Here's Emmons and threw it to right to Watson, and Watson took her eyes off the ball, and now it is out of bounds.
Yeah, that was not a very good play there by the Indians.
Running the floor is number 15, Tara Wagner. And Maconaquah saved it and went off of her own player's leg.
Well, Lord, they didn't even blow the whistle until just now.
Yeah, I
think they was confused.
Here's a Watson. Up top, volleyball line, looking. And another turnover on the Lady Indians. Watson takes the ball away. I think there should have been a foul called. But instead, they're going to just go ahead and give the ball to the Lady Indians. Man, Josh, so far, Wednesday, I think things were a little more smoother. Tonight, things are very sloppy.
Yeah, definitely sloppy's a word for it.
Here is Daryl Watson across the timeline at the volleyball line looking. Gets it to Emmons. Lakin in the corner to Watson. Watson's going to launch another three. This one rattles in and out. That one looked good.
Yeah, I thought that from our angle, it looked like it was right in the center of the basket.
Here's a shot up by number 30, Monica Moore. She missed it. And a jump ball possession is going to go to Maconaquah. Well, we got a minute. I will be down on the court with an interview at the JV halftime with the varsity head coach, Omega Tandy, to talk about tonight's contest. Here's Lakin Emmons, dribbles to her left, now back to the right. Berryhill wide open. Gets it back out to Emmons. She fumbled it a little bit, now picks it up. Free throw line jumper, left it short again. Knocked out of bounds. It's going to be off of a Lady Indian, and the ball goes back to Maconaquah. Inbounding. Inside, shot up, and no. Monica Moore free throw is up, and it's an air ball. One more free throw to come for Moore. Second is no good. A rebound comes down. Here's Moore again. She throws up a floater, no good again. And another rebound for Maconaquah. And now we've got to travel. Jerry Saunders said you walked, and the ball's going the other way.
Yeah, Jerry does a very good job, and he's very professional, so he's good to have along for the crew tonight.
Here's Daryl Watson, volleyball line, dribbles to her left, gets it to Vasquez. Vasquez throws it inside to Berryhill. Berryhill goes up. She's hacked and going to the line for two.
That was a very good seal there by Berryhill to get. She sealed her defender off, and she got the ball. Good job there by Berryhill.
Here comes Jerry Saunders fumbling the ball around. And here we go. The free throw by Berryhill is good, and she's got her first point. Looking for her second point. Low-scoring game so far in this JV contest after they scored 60 on Wednesday.
Total polar opposite.
Second free throw by Berryhill is a little long, and Lakin Emmons comes up with the jump ball. She just rushed up from the backside here, grabbed a hold of it, and the Lady Indians take possession. So like the effort there by Emmons. Inbounding the ball is going to be a Hickman. She gets it to Berryhill. She's fouled again, going to the line for another 2.
Yeah, what a good eye there for the Indians to just throw it right down at the paint. She was wide open and give themselves a chance at an easy 2. Worst thing that can happen is she can miss or she can get fouled, and she got fouled.
Here's Berryhill's free throw. This one is long and, again, no good.
And that's something the Indians have to do if they're going to be a better basketball team, is they have to hit the freebies.
This one by Berryhill, also no good. She is 1 of 4 at the line. Off of Castle. And the ball goes back to the Lady Indians. Hickman inside Berryhill, put it up off the glass and put it in.
And that's the same exact play as they ran the last out of bound, or the last inbound baseline. It don't get any easier than that. Just throw it down in the paint. This time Jenna didn't get fouled. She made it, so it's the same exact thing.
Somehow, Josh, some way, the Lady Braves always find a way to get a rebound. And now Berryhill gets it to Emmons. The ball's knocked away and a turnover on the Lady Indians. Slowing things down is Maconaquah. She gets it to number 15. Wagner, she goes up with a wild shot, misses it. Emmons comes down with the rebound, and I think she's fouled.
Foul. Yeah, the jury called a foul.
Let's see who the foul is going to be on. Foul's going to be on Lady Brave. It's on number 15, Tara Wagner, her first and the team's 5th. And Emmons going to run the point guard position with Watson on the bench. At the volleyball line, Emmons looking. Gets it to Horvath, who had 17 on Wednesday. Berryhill turnaround shot up, left it short in an air ball. And right now, Josh, our offensive and defensive player of the game in the first half has definitely got to be Dara Watson.
Yeah, I'm going to say right now neither team can hit water if they fell out of a boat.
Yeah, I bet that's something Coach Friday has a talk with them in the locker room. Is like, look, guys, we've got to slow it down and play our game and stop playing Maconaquah's game.
Well, and what we always talk about is you got to let the game come to you before you go to the game, okay? Just sit down, relax, get some easy buckets, get it into the paint, get some easy layups before you start shooting the ball. Let the game come to you is what they have to do.
Emmons got shoved right to the floor and a no call and a 3. Or no, Saunders called it a 2.
I think that was a good no call, just 2 of them fighting for the ball.
Berryhill launches a 3. She got it again. Jenna Berryhill back-to-back games with a 3-point shot. She was a little upset with me for not interviewing her on Wednesday because she hit a 3. Here she is. She's going to shoot another one. Berryhill's jumper is no good. And it's out of bounds on the Lady Braves, and it's Lady Indian basketball. You see her over there, she's laughing because she probably can't hardly believe that she hit that 3.
Well, I just want to say this. When she shot that ball and she made it, boy, she turned around, I'm not kidding you, and she just walked back. She stared that ball right into the basket.
Oh, they called it off of Berryhill there.
I think that was probably a good call.
Boy, oh boy, with Berryhill having 2 threes in back-to-back games, I think I might have to just have a talk with her about hitting those 3s and what it was like, because she was a little upset with me on Wednesday for not talking to her about hitting those 3s.
Yeah, and if you didn't know here and you're new to it, this year we're doing something new where we're going to interview Dalton will interview the offensive player of the game, the defensive player in the game, and then the player of choice that he chooses. And then we're going to try to get Coach Friday after the game and get Omega Tandy for her pregame and postgame. So a lot more interviews to be more interactive this year is what we're going to try to do for you.
Yeah, definitely going to talk to our offensive and defensive player of the game. We'll add another player in there just to get their point of view. And then in the varsity game, like we said, we'll talk to Coach Tandy in the pregame, talk to her in the postgame, and then we'll talk to a couple of players after the game.
And I believe that Coach Tandy interview will come during halftime of this game, won't it? Or will it be in the pregame?
It will be at the halftime of this junior varsity contest for her pregame interview.
All righty. Thank you, Dalton.
That free throw by Scheffler was missed. And one more to come. We're tied at 14. Second free throw up. This one rims in and out. And a rebound comes down to the Lady Braves. They definitely have size on the Lady Indians. But if you box them out, then there's no reason they should out-rebound you.
I was getting ready to say watch out for Horvath, and she fires it up. No good.
Here's Watson.
She wants it again. Puts it up and in.
This one is good.
Holy moly. That ball might have hit the rafters on the top of the ceiling.
Shooters keep shooting. Watson knocking it away. Berryhill picks it up. And back the other way comes Watson. Horvath in the corner. She wants it again. She said, I'm just getting going. Let me fire it again. She is going to fire this one. This one is way off.
And if you look at Coach Friday down there, hey, she's encouraging it. She wants her ladies to shoot the ball. She traveled.
Raven Gibson returns, and she replaces Berryhill. And Josh, I'm going to let you go ahead and finish off this half, as I'm going to head down and get some words from Coach Tandy at the half.
Awesome. Thank you, Dalton. Darrell Watson brings up the ball for the Indians over to Gibson. Gibson fires up a three, no good. She saw the other ladies shoot, so she thought, well, let's just go ahead and do it. There's going to be a blocking foul there on Jasmine Horvath. I'll say that is really, really good teaching there, though. She had her foot on the baseline to where she couldn't, or she had her foot on the sideline where she couldn't drive sideline, and that was beautiful there by Jasmine. Maconaquah inbounds the ball. Dare Watson got a hand on it over to 41, though. They lob the ball up, and it's almost out of bounds. They get it into the paint. Sierra Vasquez with a block. Back out to Maconaquah on the top of the key. 41 pulls up for three, no good. Gibson rebound, gives it over to Watson. Watson brings it up the floor for the Indians. Laura Friday says slow it down. Down him with the ball into Casey Sands, throws it up, no good. Foul on the play. Number 42 committed the foul for Maconaquah, and it will be Mississinewa's Casey Sands shooting two. As Dalton said, he headed down to the court to get interview with Coach Tandy for the pregame here. And Casey Sands' first shot up from the free throw line to end is good. 18-14, Indians lead. Second shot is up and is good. She threw up a brick. Maconaquah inbounds the ball, brings it up the floor. Watson with pressure. Looked like she might have shuffled the puppies, but didn't call it. Dare Watson with the deflection and the steal. Runs it down the court, lays it up, got it to go. Indians lead 21-14 now. Coast to coast she went with the steal. Pressuring again are the Indians. They get it in. Sierra Vasquez with the steal. She's bringing it up for the Indians. She wants to go coast to coast. She lays it up. No good. Foul on the play. Good take by Sierra Vasquez. Fouls on number 20 of Maconaquah. 2 shots for Sierra Vasquez. First shot's up and is no good. Took a bad bounce on her. Checking into the game now for Maconaquah's number 30, and out is number 20. Also for the Indians is Lakin Emmons, and out comes Casey Sands. So here in the last few minutes, the pace has totally changed, and the momentum has changed. Second free throw is up and is no good. Indians were down just a moment ago, 14-10. Or something of that nature, and they brought it back 21-14. Maconaquah swinging the ball around the top of the key. 13 with it. I don't know names, or I would say them. 41 with the ball into 42. 42 puts it up, no good. Rebound, Sierra Vasquez. She's looking to take it down the floor, and she loses the handle, out of bounds. Maconaquah ball. 39.1 seconds here on the clock. Indians up by 7. Trying to finish out the half strong. They get it into 41. 41 pulls up from the three-point line. No good. Offensive rebound, put it up, no good. And Hickman with the rebound for the Indians. Downham in there, fights for it. Back over to Hickman. They're going to call a jump ball on the play. It'll be Maconaquah basketball. The pace has definitely summoned up here over the last 2 minutes. Ball's into Maconaquah, down low to 42. Easy layup, no good. Rebound down him. Lakin gets poked in the eye over to Vasquez. Vasquez brings it up for the Indians. She's going to take it all the way, throws it up, got it to go. The acrobatic shot is in and good. 23-14 with 8 seconds here on the clock. Hickman with the steal. Ball stays inbound, though, over to Maconaquah, and they're going to call block on Sierra Vasquez. 1.7 on the timer here, 23-14. That is the team's 7th of the game, foul-wise, and Sierra's 2nd. Coach Tandy and Coach Wilson are checking out Lakin. Her eye, she got poked. She might have lost a contact. If she wears contacts, I don't know. First free throw's up by number 30 from Maconaquah, and it's good. 23-15 is the score. Second shot is up and is no good. It did not even hit the rim. So the clock does not start with 1.7 left. 23-15. Indians are trying to figure out what's going on here. They inbound the ball to Hickman with 1 second on the clock. Vasquez takes a full court shot, and at the end of the second quarter here at halftime, Indians 23, Maconaquah 15. We will be back here in a short amount of time for Dalton's interview with Coach Tandy here on the Tribe Sports Network.
Test 1 2. Testing 1 2. We're just awaiting Coach Tandy as she goes in to have a few words with the JV team. She'll be out in just a few minutes, and then we'll have her pregame interview as we're at the half of the junior varsity contest. It's 23-15, Lady Indians with the lead.
As you just heard, Dalton Bishop on the sideline with Coach Tandy awaiting. This is the Tribe Sports Network. We're back on the Tri-Sports Network with Dalton Bishop on the sideline with Coach Tandy. Dalton.
Thanks, guys. Coach Tandy and the rest of the coaching staff talking some things over. We're just awaiting her, as you can see here in just a few minutes, and Coach Tandy's joining me now. Coach coming in to tonight off of a loss to Wabash on Wednesday. As we talked about in the post game, turnovers and missed free throws. I'm sure that's something you guys discussed on Thursday and Friday.
Absolutely. We're ready. We're excited to have a chance to get back out here and play our style. We learned a lot from that game, and we grew. Our practices showed it, and so we're excited to have another shot in front of our home crowd to show them how we really play.
I know losing isn't something that you like to do, but do you feel like Wednesday was a good reality check for this team?
Absolutely. Like I said, our girls and our coaching staff, we were feeling pretty good, and I think it was good for us to get a gut check Wednesday, and their energy and focus and their mentality has been different since. So I'm glad that happened early in the season.
Is there anything that Maconaquah does that concerns you?
Nothing that concerns me, but they press. They're going to press all game, which I'm excited about because we need to be able to beat the press in order to be where we want to be. So they're going to press, and as long as we handle the press the way we know we can, we'll be just fine.
Coach, thank you for your time, and we'll talk to you after the game.
Thank you very much.
Back up to you, Josh.
Thank you very much, Dalton. We're going to take another 2-minute break, and we'll be back here for the third quarter here on the Tribe Sports Network.
Back here at Mississinewa High School, going to run you down the scoring in the first half for the Lady Indians to get them to 23. Here's a steal by Emmons. She goes up with a right-hand layup and put it in the basket to get the Lady Indians their first 2 of the half. Jenna Berryhill leads the team in scoring with 6. And then Daryl Watson ties her with 6. So we got 2 players tied for 6 with 6 points apiece. Here's a layup by number 22. That was Wilson, and it was no good. It's off of a Lady Brave and back the other way to the Lady Indians. Taylor Ulrich seeing her first minutes tonight. As you all know that watched on Wednesday, she's going to play the 3rd quarter, and then she will be done in the JV contest because she can dress all 4 for the varsity. Ulrich dribbles with a right turnaround jumper is way off the mark and no good.
Yeah, so she only plays 1 quarter of JV action.
Shot up, no. Rebound by Ulrich. Now she's running. Crosses back over and loses control. And then a shot up and good. And now Ulrich gets it. Up at the volleyball line, Ulrich's going to direct the traffic over to Emmons. Emmons finds Berryhill. I like the idea, but it was knocked away. Now Vasquez up top, driving inside, kicks it out to Horvath. She's going to drive baseline, and it's double team now to Vasquez. A jumper on the way by her is no good.
I'm not sure that's the best shot the Indians could have got.
Oh, they called a foul on Taylor Ulrich, and I don't agree with that call, but that's why they're in the stripes, and I'm in a red polo.
Exactly. You had enough to say about those officials last night at the football game, though. Let me tell you that much.
Yeah, I was a little upset over some of the calls being made last night, and I know the Indian fans were upset. There's a couple of possessions that I really just wanted to let the officials have it, but you gotta keep your cool.
Yeah, and we'll go ahead and talk about the football game a little bit in our varsity pregame, as well as we're going to have another interview with Coach Everts here to preview the week, and we're going to talk a little bit of Indiana Hoosier football, basketball, and girls basketball
while
here in the
we
pregame.
have a timeout here, we'll go ahead and talk about the Indians football
game. Yeah, let's
just
go ahead and
night.
knock that out real quick.
As many of you know, unfortunately, the historic season for the Mississinewa Indian football team has come to an end, losing last night to Greenwood, 34-27. A historic year for the Indians, a good year for Coach Funk, winning his first ever sectional championship. And boy, I'll tell you what, for me, it's tough because for me, it's the end. I'll never get a broadcast Mississinewa High School football right here for you ever again.
Well, now, don't jump it too soon. You can always come back.
Yeah, I can always come back, but it's definitely been fun. Thank all you guys for the support that have watched at home. Can't thank Coach Funk and the football team as well for their support.
But it was our last high school game, though.
Yeah, being seniors, that's our last time ever getting to see our senior class play together on the same field. So a good year for the senior class and a good year for the football team, and it ended last night in the regional championship.
Yeah, and an injury update. Heisman Skeens did get injured. He sprained his ankle. After an 80-yard touchdown, they went for a 2-point conversion, and he threw the pass to Cade McCoy that got broken up. He landed on his ankle when he came down after the throw, so he'll be ready to go for basketball season, though.
Yep, as you did hear that, Heisman Skeens back in basketball action, and Lakin Emmons floater is up and good.
The Indians seem to show tonight that they're willing to get to the basket a little bit more than shoot it, because they've been able to get to the basket quite easily tonight.
And here's a shot by number 20, Lily Scheffler, and she put it in. Horvath goes around her defender, puts up a floater, and airballed it.
Very low percentage shot. I don't like the floater at all. I don't like the floater.
After leading the team in scoring on Wednesday, she's struggling tonight.
And a three-point basket there by I didn't get the number, but a three-point basket for number 14 with the basket for Maconaquah. Number 41 with the basket for Maconaquah. I apologize for the error there.
That was Miracle. Shot up by Bearhill. She's fouled, going to the line for 2.
Barry Hill's first free throw up and is no good, and the second one finds the center of the net. Makes it 28-24 Indians. Maconaquah inbound.
Fighting for the ball is Emmons. There's going to be a jump ball, and the possession goes to Maconaquah. Good to see Dustin Patton in the house. Oh, looked like she traveled, and Scheffler puts it off the glass and in. Here comes Watson.
Once again, we got us another really close contest.
Oh, we're going to launch a deep three and drilled it. That was from outer limits, and Ulrich said, "Get out of my face, I'm putting it in your eye."
Whew. Dog of mine. Oh, she traveled.
What a deep three by Taylor Ulrich. My, oh my, she was in a WNBA's three.
That was all the way over by the sideline towards the center of the court.
That was a nice shot by Taylor Ulrich.
That had to have been all of 25 feet. I mean, the three-point line in high school is like, I believe, 19 feet.
She went around her
And
defender and put it in, and now she's going to the line. She's got 5 in the third and going for 6 at the line.
That's a good call, too. I didn't think she was set, so that's a really good call in my opinion.
I like the aggressiveness of Taylor Ulrich in this third quarter. She's only got 2 minutes left to play in this third quarter before she has to get ready for the varsity game, and she's almost already the leading scorer.
Well, this is just going to get her warmed up for the game. Good pass there by, well, still good decision, though.
Darrell Watson shot. Horvath with the rebound. Taylor Ulrich takes it away.
Traveled.
And she traveled. So they've got to slow things down just a little bit. It's 33-26 with 2:33 and counting in the JV contest left. Good defense by Berryhill. And here is Watson. Finds Ulrich wide open. She goes up and puts it in the basket.
That is a smart decision there to pump fake, get her defender up in the air, and a steal by the Indians over to Horvath from the corner, no good. But as I was touching on, that's a good fake there by Taylor Ulrich.
Emmons is fouled, and guess what, Josh? Taylor Ulrich is tied for the lead with 7 points alone in the third quarter. She's tied with Jenna Berryhill with 7.
And that's give the Lady Indians here a big spark because just a moment ago it was 28-26. Now it's 35-26. They've broken out a little bit.
7 straight points from Taylor Ulrich.
We got a pretty good crowd on hand once again tonight as they start filing in here.
It's getting a little closer to 7 o'clock when the varsity is supposed to start warming up, and the crowd, is, like you said, is getting a little bit bigger.
I feel like there's much better attendance this year than last year for girls basketball.
Here's Emmons, goes to the free throw line, put up a shot, thinks she was fouled. The official said no. Ulrich going to launch another three. This one is right down the middle of the net, and she's got 10 points in the third quarter and a blocking foul. 10 third quarter points from Taylor Ulrich. Josh, a rude awakening for the Lady Braves.
Well, she might get a little extra varsity time tonight with that gun right there. Whew, dog of mine, that thing can bark. And it's still there by Dara. Puts it up. She's fouled on the play. Hand to the back.
If I could name Taylor Ulrich our offensive player of the game, I would, just for the third quarter performance. But unfortunately, because she's dressed on the varsity roster, I'm not allowed to give her that award unless it's in the varsity game. Watson's free throw was off and no good. Amaris Hickman checks in and replaces Emmons, and it's a full timeout. Maconaquah, 38-26, 1:52 left in the third. Back in 1 minute on the Tribe Sports Network. With the basketball is number 5, Madison Ray. Shot up, no good, and out of bounds. It's Lady Indian basketball. Inbounding the basketball is Daryl Watson. Across the timeline, here she comes. She gets it to Taylor Ulrich. She thought about another one, and now she goes around her defender. And 3 seconds in the lane on Amaris Hickman. Cade McCoy and Dustin Patton, along with Jay Jones and Heisman Skeens and a host of others here tonight from the football team to support the Lady Indians. Here's Jenna Berryhill running the floor, finds Daryl Watson open underneath the basket. She was too far under, just threw up a wild shot.
Taylor Ulrich with a rebound.
Berryhill launches another 3. This one no good. Ulrich with a rebound.
That's her second offensive rebound in this possession.
Now here's Daryl Watson. Throws it to Taylor Ulrich. Ulrich goes up with a free throw line jumper. No good. And out of bounds.
She rushed that one, and she forced it a little bit, so that's why that was missed.
Under a minute to play in the third. There's a shot inside off the glass wall. No good.
She traveled. They missed it.
Berryhill with the rebound. She's running. She finds Daryl Watson wide open. Shot up off the glass and in. And Daryl Watson has her 8th point and leads the Lady Indians in scoring, other than Taylor Ulrich with 10.
I'll tell you what, though. That's 2 really good passes Jenna Berryhill has had. And Hickman with the steal for the Indians over to Watson. Watson to Jenna Berryhill. Berryhill over to Ulrich in the corner. She steps back, thought about it, gets it into Downham. Downham back out to Ulrich for a long 2 is way long. Hickman offensive board over to Watson on the left side wing for 3, no good. Out of bounds. It'll be Mississinewa basketball. The ball was inbounded, and it went out of bounds. It'll be Maconaquah basketball. And after 3 quarters, here at Friedenberger Court, Indians 41, Maconaquah 26. We will be back in 2 minutes here on the Tribes Sport Network. We are back here on the Tribe Sports Network. The ball's inbounded to Daryl Watson. Watson with the ball. Gets it into Hickman. Hickman back out to Watson. Taylor Ulrich done after her quarter of action here in the JV contest as Omega Tandy starts to get primed for the game tonight. Jenna Berryhill with the steal back over to Watson, over to Berryhill on the far side. Thought about the 3 over to Vasquez for 3. Got it to go. Never mind, it was a 2-point basket. They changed it. Either way, it was a shot made for Vasquez, and that is her 6th point of the contest. Maconaquah, the violation of in and out, stepped over the line before she inbounded the ball. Over to Watson, inbounds it for the Indians now. Vasquez got to get rid of the ball, gets it over to Watson. Watson made herself available very nicely there. At the top of the key, trying to set something up here for the Indians. Swing it over to Gibson. Gibson over to the corner to Berryhill. Wild pass over to Maconaquah. Sierra Vasquez playing really good defense there to cut her off to where she didn't drive sideline. And they're going to call a foul on the play. There was a foul called on Maconaquah, number 5, I guess. We didn't see what the call was. I guess they just called it out of bounds. Mississinewa had the ball, threw it up, no good. Gets it back down to Maconaquah. Shot was thrown up, no good. It'll be Lady Indian basketball. Vasquez inbounds it for the Indians. Over to Watson. Watson taking her time, trotting up the court. 43-26. Indians with a commanding lead. She gets it into Hickman. Wild pass out of bounds. Maconaquah basketball. Turnover Indians. Seems like there's been a lot of turnovers tonight, but I'll tell you what, it looks like it's a lot more. I feel like they've taken better care of the ball today than they had Wednesday night. Steal for the Indians. Up and over. Vasquez gets clotheslined, and I think she's going to be all right. I'm not kidding you. She got clothesline on that play. She's got 2 shots from the line now. First shot's up and is no good. Rolled around the perimeter, or rolled around the rim, no good. Second shot's up and is good. 44-26 now. Good defense by the Indians. Hickman, sorry, I apologize. Emmons throws her body on the floor to break up that pass. Once again, at the end of this JV contest, we will go ahead and get an interview with Coach Everts. We'll go ahead and get interviews from the JV players for offensive and defensive, and then Dalton's choice. And then we'll go ahead and talk a little bit of Indiana Hoosier football, basketball, and girls basketball after the games that happened this weekend. Girls basketball started today, was the first official day for college, and boys basketball, the official start was yesterday night. So we have a lot to talk about in the Big Ten and around the state of Indiana. And as we talk here once again, high school boys basketball starts this week. Scrimmages start this week and will run until this weekend, and then next week opens the season. Or the following week after this week coming up. So some excitement around Mississinewa and around the state as basketball gets back underway. Hickman with the ball over to Casey Sands, and the Indians are just kind of playing some prevent offense here, waiting for the defense to have a miscue. Watson at the top of the key, swings it over to Emmons. Emmons trying to think what to do. They got a clock going, and they turn the ball over. She actually saves it. Now it'll be a jump ball, and it'll be possession Maconaquah. Want to give a quick shout out to our cameraman, Taylor Mavronicles, doing a fantastic job for us tonight. And also along with us, Mr. Ryan Scott, the Baseball Hall of Famer. Also, we just want to give a quick shout out to the voice of the Indians, Mr. Dalton Bishop, for what a great job he's did the past 4 years. He is the true voice of the Indians. So we want to thank him for his time and commitment into making our sports broadcasting team the best that it can be. You're welcome. We are back here on the Tribe Sports Network. Jasmine Horvath with the ball at the top of the key. Kind of just playing the prevent offense here are the Indians. They get it into Emmons. She throws it up. Got it to go. Good-looking little turnaround J there for Emmons, and Indians still pressuring. 46-26 with 3:30 left in the contest. The feed inside for Maconaquah was juggled, and they bring it back out. She throws up a jumper, got it to go, number 20. 46-28 now. Horvath with a pass over to Downham. Downham back out to Lakin Emmons for two, and she got it to go. A good-looking shot there by Lakin Emmons gives the Indians a 20-point lead here late in the contest. They drove it in. Jasmine Horvath with a steal, but it goes out of bounds on Lakin Emmons, and it'll stay Maconaquah basketball. Ball's inbounded right out of bounds. Mississinewa basketball. We'll get you some college football updates here in just a moment as Notre Dame gets ready to take, number 3 Notre Dame gets ready to take on number 7 Miami. And what would probably be the game of the night also, Oklahoma takes on TCU as well, and they are also 2 highly ranked top 10 teams. If you're watching us on the computer and you're following along with some of these college football games on your TV, that is kudos to you. We'll go ahead and get you some score updates here as we trot forward. So a couple score updates for you from around the league, or games to still be played in the Big Ten. Number 25 Northwestern takes on Purdue tonight at 7 o'clock on ESPN2. The 4 and 5 Boilermakers are trying to upset the 25th ranked Northwestern Wildcats. They are 6 and 3. Let's kind of look forward here to a couple more games from around the league. Big Ten Conference-wise, Minnesota beats Nebraska today 54-21. We'll get you a few more updates here when we get another break momentarily in the action. They're going to call an illegal screen on Maconaquah. It'll be Mississinewa basketball. As we look at some other scores from around the Big Ten, Ohio, number 13 Ohio State beats number 12 Michigan State 48-3 in a huge lopsided game. Number 14 Penn State beats Rutgers 35-6 as Downham throws up a long three, no good. Rebound Maconaquah. Number 8 Wisconsin beats number 20 Iowa 38-14, and then of course the final game we talked about tonight in the Big Ten would be Northwestern Purdue. A pass full court from Horvath down to Berryhill, no good. Went right into the hands of Maconaquah, and they're going to drive it down, throw it over to the opposite side, block into the basket for 2. As we look at the top 25 scores from around the league right now in action, number 11 USC is taking on Colorado. The score is 38-17 USC. Also, number 19 Washington State taking on Utah. Washington State 20, Utah 10. There's a couple more big games on tonight as number 2 Alabama takes on number 16 Mississippi State. And the big game going on right now, at least, is number 1 Georgia losing to number 10 Auburn. And let's get you an update on that game. Number 10 Auburn beats the number 1 team in the country, Georgia, 40-17 in a blowout. Also, number 4 Clemson beats Florida State 31-14. Virginia Tech loses to Georgia Tech 28-22. Virginia Tech was ranked 17th. Number 18 US of UCF beats UConn 49-24. And number 23 NC State beats Boston College 17-14. Just a few college football scores from around the league. We'll go ahead and preview a little bit of college basketball here in the pregame for the varsity, as well as we'll talk Hoosier football, basketball, and girls basketball. Girls basketball played today with the football team, and boys basketball played last night, and they also play tomorrow night. But we'll talk about that later here. 1:26 left on the clock here at Mississinewa. 48-30 is your score. Dara Watson, first free throw, up and no good. It was a 1-and-1, and they're going to call an illegal screen. 20 blew with an illegal screen. That is the team's 8th and her 4th. Indians have 3 fouls. It was a player control, so there will be no free throws coming. Watson brings up the ball for the Indians over to Hickman in the paint. She swings it back out to Downham. Downham looks in over to Watson for a 2. Her foot was on the line, no good. She follows her own shot, does not get the rebound. Maconaquah brings it down. Watson with good pressure here for the Indians, and they turn it over. Downham with the ball, throws it full court to Watson. Watson takes it, lays it up, no good. Gibson rebound. She puts it up, no good. Foul on the floor. It's going to be a 1-and-1 for Gibson. If you did not join us last week, this is Gibson. Wednesday night was Gibson's first ever time playing basketball, ever touching a basketball. This is her first year, and the free throw's up and good. That is her first jump shot ever made in a basketball game. She scored 4 points the other night in the contest, 2 layups. Those were her first minutes ever and her first points. She never played middle school basketball. She never played elementary basketball. Literally, this was her first time ever playing. Casey Sands with the shot up and no good. Rebound, Maconaquah. So that's Gibson's 5th point of the season, and she's a hustler, that's for sure. She gets down the floor, 44 for Maconaquah, throws it up. Fouled on the play. As we can see over yonder, the girls basketball team getting ready to enter the arena, as you can see in your camera. First free throw up and is good for Maconaquah, 49-31. We'll go ahead and preview the girls basketball team here a little bit varsity-wise. The head coach is Omega Tandy in her first year here at Mississinewa High School. She is 1-and-1 on the season and 12-13 in 2 years overall. About 3 years ago, she coached at Hamilton Heights as an interim coach because the other coach fell ill. Her staff looks like this. Corey Wilson's the varsity assistant, along with Willie Barnes as the varsity assistant. And coming in as the JV coach and another varsity assistant would be Laura Friday. That makes up the staff. Also, the strength and conditioning coach is Mr. Josh Greentree. Just kind of a look at the coaching staff. And for the JV team, your head coach is Laura Friday, and there are no assistants. And as the buzzer sounds, the final on the Nicholson Realty scoreboard, your Mississinewa Lady Indians 49, the Maconaquah Lady Braves 32. We're going to go ahead and keep it right here, and we're going to talk a little bit about, actually, never mind. We're going to go ahead and get an interview with Coach Everts as he heads up here. We're going to talk a little bit of boys basketball here in about a minute on the Tribe Sports Network. We are back here on the Tribe Sports Network after that short break, and up here in the booth joining me this afternoon is Coach Andrew Everts of the men's basketball team. Coach, how's it going?
It is going great, Josh. Thank you for having me. How are you?
Of course, I'm doing well. Thank you very much. You're probably my favorite person to interview up here. That's why we get you just about every ball game. But
I'm glad to hear that.
as the first week of practice concludes here for your boys basketball team, what can you take away from the first week that are positives, and what can you take away that are negatives that has to get better before Thursday?
Positives, I love our defense. We're obviously going to be better, I think, defensively this year than we've ever been. Our work ethic's good. Our guys get along really well, and they always do, but they just gel really well this year. We have pretty good team chemistry. We scrimmaged today, and it was really the first time we scrimmaged. I felt like we, I don't know, probably turned the ball over a little bit more than we should have. It just looked a little bit sloppy, but I think you'll get that this time of year. But come Thursday, though, we have to do a better job of taking care of the basketball, and we turned it over too much last year, so that'll be a big point of emphasis.
Yeah, so you mentioned the scrimmage today. How would you say the scrimmage went today, and what are some positives you can take away from today in general?
I mean, it was really competitive. We tried to split our guys up into 2 even teams. And we just went 2 6-minute quarters, and it was like 21-19 or something like that. It was a really good game. Again, I thought defensively we did some good things. I thought there were some really nice things we did offensively in spurts, but we looked a little bit rushed. We're trying to slow things down a little bit more this year at times, and that's been tough for our guys to buy into because we've played pretty fast the last couple of years, and we'll still play fast. We're just trying to get a little bit more control this year.
Yeah, so you play Southern Wells Thursday in the only scrimmage of the year. What are some things in practice that you're going to do to prepare for this Southern Wells team?
Really, the biggest thing is just getting everything in. I mean, we have a lot of stuff to prepare for. They structure the scrimmages so that your man-to-man defense in the first quarter, you're all zone in the second quarter, and then third and fourth quarters you can press. So we have to be ready to handle any of that and to dish out a little bit of that ourselves. So that's the biggest thing, is just getting in all of our zone offense, our zone defense, and stuff like that. We started working on inbounds plays today, got a little bit of offense going. We got to add some more in. There's just a lot of stuff we have to do, though.
Okay, so one last thing. What are you most concerned about Southern Wells? Do you kind of know what they're going to – I mean, I know you have to run certain defenses, but do you know how they are offensively compared to last year? Do you think this could be a pretty good basketball team come March?
Yeah, I think that they will be. They were good last year. They were the best they've been in a long time. I think they made it to the sectional championship, but won more than half their games. They have their top returning scorer is back, and I think number 3 is back as well. So they have some key pieces. They have some pretty good guards. I haven't watched too much film on them because obviously we don't play them other than the scrimmage. But, I mean, again, I think that'll be good for our guards, though. We have a little bit of inexperience now with Jared being out, so we'll see how our guards handle them. I don't expect any pressure, but I kind of hope that they do give us some so we can see if we can handle that.
Yeah.
I don't think they're going to have a lot of size, though, so obviously we're going to try to get the ball inside and see how that goes.
Final thought. What did you think about that IU basketball game last night?
Well, fortunately, I was not able to watch it. I was out supporting the football team, but pretty disappointed that they started off the season like that. I mean, you'll have that, though. I mean, we struggled our first year here, so hopefully Coach Miller can get things turned around, and hopefully it'll be a fun year.
I understand he's putting in a whole new system. He's defensive-minded maybe compared to Tom Crean, but losing to Indiana State by 21, that is that's the biggest loss in Mississinewa, biggest loss in Indiana Hoosier history on the opening game. So that's just a thought.
Yeah, that's rough. I mean, and hopefully Indiana State ends up being a decent team. I think they are going to be much improved. I'm sure they had a lot of motivation. You see that when Indiana plays other Indiana schools like IPFW last year. I don't know. We'll just hope it gets better.
All right. Well, thank you, Coach, for the interview, and enjoy the rest of your night.
Thank you very much.
We are back here on the Tribe Sports Network, and we're going to send it down to Dalton Bishop for the interview with Coach Laura Friday.
Thanks, Josh. Down here with Coach Friday after the Lady Indians come up victorious again. Coach, that's 2 wins on the season, 1 by 20 on Wednesday, and 1 by 18 tonight. It's got to feel good.
Yeah, it feels really good. I mean, we've been working really, really hard at practice, and we just carried over to the game, so.
I saw that things were a little sloppy in the first half. I'm sure that's something you guys discussed in the locker room at the halftime, because it seemed like the girls really settled in and got playing their game in the second half.
Well, honestly, we had 5 turnovers in the first half, And then we had a bunch of turnovers in the second half. But yeah, offensively we didn't get our sets set up right away, so that was probably why we were looking sloppy. But yeah, I think they got it together, and we focused and we executed well in the second half.
Coach, congratulations, and we'll see you on Tuesday.
Thank you.
Back up to you, Josh. We'll have Jenna Berryhill, Dara Watson, and Lakin Emmons to come in just a few minutes.
We are back here on the Tribe Sports Network after that short little break, and we're going to send it back down to Dalton Bishop for Jenna Berryhill and Dara Watson. Jenna Berryhill, Offensive Player of the Game, and Dara Watson, Defensive Player of the Game, and then Dalton's choice. So we're going to send it down to Dalton right now.
Thanks, Josh. Down here with Jenna Berryhill, our Offensive Player of the Game. Jenna, I think you had ended up with 9 points. What was it like? I saw you hit that three-pointer in the first half. What was it like hitting that three-pointer?
It was very fun, and I didn't really expect it at all, but it went in.
You hit one on Wednesday night, and you was a little frustrated with me for not interviewing you about, and so now you got your hopes. You Offensive Player of the Game. Congratulations.
Thank you.
And Dara Watson, again, back-to-back Defensive Player of Awards. One more to go, and you've got a gift card of your choice. So Dara, again, deflections, you're all over them defensively. And what's it like? I mean, is that something that you pride in yourself into doing? Is it defense first and then offense?
Yeah, I like defense way more than offense. I consider myself more of a defensive player than offense.
I think you were close to 20 deflections again tonight, and on the year you're pretty close to almost 40 deflections in 2 games. If you continue that performance, you're going to end up with over 200 deflections this year. And then my next question, offensively, you shot the ball pretty well that first half. You hit back-to-back threes. Is that something where you're just open and you feel it and you just let it go?
Yep. If I'm open, I shoot.
Dara, thank you for your time, and congratulations on the win, and we'll see you on Tuesday.
Thank you.
Back up to Josh.
Good luck to the Lady Indians from Tay McClung.
We are back here on the Tribe Sports Network, and we're going to go and talk a little bit of Indiana Hoosier sports here. As we go ahead and talk a little bit about the IU football game this afternoon, the Indiana Hoosiers beat Illinois 24-14. Dalton, do you have any input on that game?
I don't, because I didn't get a chance to watch the Hoosiers this afternoon. But I know you're not going to like me saying this, but
Yeah,
go
shame.
Notre Dame.
Well, that's a shame because they kick off tonight at 8 o'clock.
They are going to beat LSU. No, it's not LSU. They're playing number 7, Miami. That's who it is.
Yeah.
But go Notre Dame. I don't know what I was thinking. I just for some reason thought LSU, but Notre Dame going to a bowl game. They're going to win the bowl game. I'm calling it now.
And you know what? Steve Morse might have said that Notre Dame was going to win and might have told you that, but not so fast, my friend. Miami's picking off that upset.
Number 3 taking down number 7. Goodbye, Miami.
No way. But anyways, as we talk a little bit about Indiana women's basketball,
I'm handing it over to Tay McClung, and he will tell you what's going to happen.
Okay.
Notre Dame is winning tonight.
All right. You heard it from the man
Erica's
himself.
having 25 and 10.
You heard it from the man himself. Erica be looking for 25 and 10, and he's got Notre Dame winning that football game. The Indiana women's basketball team was in action today on opening night.
And I can tell you just as much information about the Indiana women's basketball team as I can the Indiana men's football team.
Well, I'll go ahead and tell you that they won 93 to 51 this afternoon. Tyra Buss is a stud and a beast.
But I can tell you one thing, though, that you're also not going to like. The Indiana Westland men's basketball team is undefeated, and the Taylor Trojans are going to go down.
Well, another good thing about that is last night, Taylor was victorious 76 to 68 over Governor State. So Taylor moves to 5-0 as well.
Is Governor State like the governors of the state of Indiana?
I don't know, but good one there. I don't have any response to that one. We're going to go ahead and talk a little bit of Indiana men's. We're going to talk a little bit of Indiana men's basketball here. The Indiana Hoosiers lost to Indiana State last night, 90-69. Very unimpressive in RSU Miller's first game at the helm for the Hoosiers.
I'm telling you one thing. Tom Crean is laughing at Archie Miller after last night's performance because he lost his job because of Archie Miller, and Tom Crean's just laughing at him.
And, you know, I'll say this. It's tough when you get a new coach halfway through the summer, trying to instill your system, getting him to play your way when Tom Crean had something going totally different. So I give the players that. But I have nothing against Archie Miller, but I still think Tom Crean is the right man for the Indiana job.
Yeah, I'm a Hoosier fan myself when it comes to basketball, and after seeing them get beat by Indiana State, a team that you wouldn't think the Hoosiers would lose to, quite embarrassing being a Hoosier fan after the loss last night.
Yeah, but you got to think this. Indiana State is a really good basketball team. They almost went to the tournament last year. They were one game shy. They're a good basketball team. They're equivalent to IPFW last year. So this was Indiana's wake-up call.
I'll tell you one thing. IPFW beating Indiana last year was a huge, huge upset for the Hoosiers.
But if you also think about
the Mastodons smacked them around on the court.
They lost by 2 points in overtime, so it wasn't quite a smacking. And number 2, OG Ananobi, IU's best player, was out with an illness. So
Got Dustin Patton from the football team with us. D-Pat, is Notre Dame going to defeat Miami tonight?
Yes. Not at all.
That's irrelevant, so we'll move on to a Notre Dame fan, Brayton Berryhill. Will Notre Dame beat Miami?
100%.
There you've heard it, folks. You've heard it from Notre Dame's #1 fan, Brayton Berryhill. with former alumni from the Indians, Nolan Young. Nolan, you're in your first year at Olney Central. How's things going for you at the new college?
Pretty good, pretty good. It's not too bad.
Come baseball season, I know I've seen you in a baseball uniform. Have you got the chance to play with the team?
Yeah, we played like 20 fall games this year already, and the season just got over about a couple weeks ago.
How was that for you and your team?
Good. We went 15-2 this fall, and had to split a doubleheader between UIndy and Southern Indiana.
Do you think you and your team have high expectations going into the regular season?
Yeah, we already got 6 sophomores committed, 4 to Division I, 2 to Powerhouse Division IIs, so a lot of freshman talent, so hopefully we can.
Nolan, thank you for your time, and good to see you back at Mississinewa.
Thanks, buddy.
We are back here on the Tribe Sports Network after Crazy Havoc talking about some Indiana men's basketball, girls basketball, and IU football. Kind of previewed a little bit of that and what's going on so far. And as we kind of look toward this varsity contest here very quickly, with 17 seconds left before the national anthem and everything sounds, we're about ready to go here. We'll be back in a few minutes here with the update.
Visiting Maconaquah Lady Braves and your Mississinewa Lady Indians. Your disciplined athletic event tells you to enjoy exhibition skills developed by the student athletes. Please give these athletes your encouragement and support. Efforts to apply the talents of all participants is greatly appreciated. Doing these sponsoring from team officials, coaches, and athletes is unacceptable and unsportsmanlike. Before we have the national anthem, I would like to ask for all military veterans and those enlisted to serve to please stand and be recognized on this day. Thank you. This time, I'd like to ask everyone else to please stand and remove all hats as we honor the United States of America for the rights and freedoms we are blessed to have. Thanks to those who have served, are serving, and will serve in the future.
Welcome to Mississinewa High School for tonight's varsity contest. As you've seen, the JV Lady Indians just defeat the JV Lady Braves. So now we're ready for the varsity action. The Lady Indians come in off of a loss to Wabash on Wednesday. In that game, they had 24 turnovers and 9 missed free throws. That was something I talked to Coach Tandy in the pregame about, that they have hopefully gotten fixed and ready to go for tonight. So that, as you just heard, the starters for Maconaquah: Brittany Lamb is a guard. She wears number 5. Kirsten Den is a guard. She wears number 10. Ashley Jess is another guard. She wears number 23. The forwards are Sienna Powell and Emily Collins. The Lady Indians is Riley McKee at the guard position, Tyler Bartell at the other guard, Allie Hewitt's a forward, Erica Foy a forward, and Hallie Plank a forward, and a 3 by Allie Hewitt. So the Lady Indians jump out to a 3-0 lead.
Well, that was awful quick there, and I had not seen her shoot a ball the whole game the other night.
Hewitt takes it down the court. She goes into the player, and it's an offensive foul.
That's a good call. She was set.
So that's Allie Hewitt's first foul and the team's first. The Lady Indians come out with a full court press. Good defense so far by the Lady Indians. They're going to trap. Taken away almost by the Lady Indians. It was knocked off of Allie Hewitt. I'm telling you, Josh, Allie Hewitt has got an eye for the ball.
Yes, she does. She's one of the hardest working players out here.
Inbounding is number 12. That is Powell. And knocked off of Riley McKee. And right now, the Lady Braves having trouble moving the ball down the court.
Well, I'll tell you what. Last year, Kaylee Barnes and this team pressured Maconaquah, and they beat them pretty easily. So let's see what it brings.
Foy takes it away. Finds Plank underneath the basket. Pass a little too high. And the Lady Indians with their first turnover of the game. Inbounding, this is...
They can pretty much just sit there and trap that the whole game. She cannot handle pressure.
McKee takes it away, and then she's fouled. And let's see where the foul is going to be on. I think it's going to be on number 5, Brittany Lamb. It's not. It's on number 12, Sienna Powell, her first and the team's first. McKee inbounding.
Well, number 5 for Maconaquah cannot handle pressure. We've seen that already.
Bartell must have stepped on the out-of-bounds line, and it's a second turnover on the Lady Indians. That's one of those turnovers where it's not really your fault. You just got trapped in the corner and got stepped out of bounds.
I'll tell you what, this coach is crazy.
Out of bounds on number 23, Ashley Jess. And right now, here comes a 30-second timeout from Maconaquah. And I'm telling you what, the Lady Indian defense is fired up and ready to play. 3-0 Indians with the lead. 7:07 left in the first quarter. Back after this on the Tribe Sports Network. Inbounding the ball is Bartell, gets it to Hewitt, who just hit a 3 a moment ago. She dribbles to her right, goes inside, puts it off the glass, and puts it in the basket.
She's shown a lot more athleticism and aggression than she did the other night.
If Allie Hewitt can continue to play like this, the Lady Indians are going to be in cruise control because the defense is not allowing them to get down the court, and this is probably only the second time they've been down the court, and they just turned it over.
I feel like both times they've been down past the half-court line, it's been a turnover both times.
The Lady Indians had a big lead on Wednesday before getting outscored 41-19 in the second half. Here's Hewitt again. Now she's going to shoot the 3. This one is short, and tried to get her own rebound. Now McKee takes it away. She's got a wide open lane ahead. She goes up, puts it in, and counted in the foul.
Wow.
What a play by McKee. She saw the defender coming. She stayed in it, took the contact, and now she's going to the line for an old-fashioned three-point play.
And the old-fashioned is the best fashion, so that's beautiful by the Indians. Netta Cheddar Bob checks into the game for the Indians.
Or, as her name, Netta Turner.
Yeah, sorry, that's her nickname, folks. You just got to go with the flow here.
She's a 5'4" senior. McKee's free throw is up and a little long and no good. Now Foy fights for the rebound, and it comes away to the Lady Braves.
Maconaquah cannot handle this pressure. If the Indians keep pressuring, it's going to be a lopsided affair. And let me tell you this, their point guard, number 5, for Maconaquah cannot handle the ball. That's why she's out of the game right now.
The shot up by number 3, it was Jolie Gardner. She put it in. And now here's McKee at the top of the key.
Ooh, I like that one.
Looking. She gets it to Netta Turner. Turner in the corner to Hallie Plank. Plank needs to get out of the corner. And it's going to be...
There's going to be a foul here.
Let's see. Who's it going to be on? I think it's on number 23, and it is. Foul's going to be on Lady Brave, number 23, Ashley Jess. Her first.
I just want to say, Netta looked like she was on fire in pregame, so we'll see how that works out.
She lobs it up to Foy. She goes around her defender, puts her head down, and puts it off the glass and in.
And Erica's playing with an injury, so this is good to see from her.
Gardner goes up at the free throw line, misses. Turner comes away with the rebound, and now she's got a wide open Erica Foy at the other end. She goes up with the contact and draws the foul and going to the line for 2.
Beautiful.
That was a beautiful pass by Turner to see Foy beat her defender. And Foy goes in, takes the contact, and now she's going to go to the line for 2.
We want to give a quick shout-out to Superintendent Tab McKenzie as he is in attendance tonight. So thank you, Tab, for coming out and supporting the Lady Indians.
This first free throw by Foy is good, and the Lady Indian lead stretches to 8. Potentially 9 with a free throw to come from Foy. Erica Foy with 3 early points, looking for her 4th with this free throw. This free throw is short, and somehow the Lady Indians come away with the rebound. That's Foy at the free throw line. Her jumper is short. And back the other way come the Lady Braves. A wide open lane and a missed layup by Gardner. Ball fought for down low, and now Bartell takes it, and it's a jump ball. And I think the possession stays with Maconaquah.
This is a totally different Indians team than it was Wednesday. Totally different.
Madison Dodderwick into the game, and you heard Coach Tandy say that she doesn't like to lose, but she thinks it was a good reality check on Wednesday. We're going to have a kicked ball and out of bounds to Maconaquah. 5:12 left in the first quarter. Lady Indians up by 8. Here's a pass. Knocked out of bounds by Bartell. And she's playing pretty good defense here so far.
And see, the largest lead for them the other night was 9, and they lost it. So we're going to have to make sure they can sustain this lead.
Taylor Ulrich into the lineup for the Lady Indians after continuing her hot streak in the junior varsity game in the third quarter. Let's see if she can keep it going here in the varsity. Here's a 3 by Gardner, and she nailed it. She's got all 5 of the Lady Braves' points. And here comes McKee. She's going to set up the offense. Dribbles to her right. Now back to her left. Throws it to Dodderwick. In the corner, Turner. She's going to launch a 3-ball. This one looked good, but it rolled on the net. Ulrich picks up the offensive rebound. Puts it off the glass. No. Dodderwick cleans it up and puts it in.
That is good gang rebounding there by the Indians. That's beautiful. And 5-second call for the defense. Beautiful defense by the Indians. This is a totally different, energized team. Would you not agree?
Yeah, I definitely think the Lady Indians look very good tonight. Here's McKee. Goes inside Dodderwick. She kicks it out. Ulrich wide open.
Smart.
3. Buried
Smart.
it.
That is such a good pass. And that is such good ball movement by the Indians. That is just beautiful. And Netta Turner with the steal.
She goes inside.
Puts it up. No call.
Dodderwick rebound. Gets it to Aura. Goes up. Puts it in.
Wow. That is 7 points in less than 12 seconds. And a steal almost by Erica Foy. And it's still Erica Foy. Look up the court, Erica. Over to McKee. She puts it up and in. 2-point basket.
What a change of events. That's 9 points in less than 20 seconds.
And it's 19 points in 4 minutes.
Here's another steal. McKee running the floor. Goes up. Puts up a floater.
And
the foul. What a play, Riley McKee.
Holy macaroni.
6 points, and she's going to the line to try to add 7. And I'm telling you, in less than a minute, that's 10 points. Holly Greer going to check in and get her first minutes of the night. She replaces Foy. And right now, 21-5. The Lady Indians are on pace to score 100 at this rate. They had a chance in their first game of the season to score 100, just a couple of missed layups, and right now they're converting on every play. Here comes the free throw from McKee, and she's got 7.
I'm telling you, this is a totally different ball team from the other night. And yeah, maybe Maconaquah isn't quite as skilled or as good as Wabash, but still, Indians were not scoring at this pace or even close. They could not hit water if they fell off a boat the other night.
They've only missed 3 shots the entire game. Here comes Turner.
Oh, that's all right. They gamble. That's how their defense works. There's going to be times where that happens.
Monica Moore with the point. And here is Ulrich across the timeline. Gets it over to Allie Hewitt, who had a hot hand a minute ago.
See, in my opinion, instead of Netta coming up to steal that, she needs to stay back and be the safe defense there.
Donnerwick shoots a jumper, airballs it.
Box out.
Greer with the rebound, and then Hewitt is fouled.
But as I was saying, in their defense, Netta's one of the back players in the defense, so she needs to stay at about the CIC logo instead of coming up and trying to pick off that pass, because she's the last defense for the Indians in that defensive scenario. And when she gambled, she fell, and they got an easy layup. So
Ulrich's shot is no good.
Good steal by Taylor Ulrich with a behind-the-back pass. And Maconaquah fouls Madison Dodderwick. Number 13 with the foul. Did you see that behind-the-back toss there from Taylor Ulrich? Holy moly.
That's an athletic play. And Aubrey Tan getting her first minutes. And I think everybody that is dressed on the varsity roster has seen the court now.
Yeah, and that's the 7th foul. And we're only 4 minutes in for Maconaquah.
Dodderwick going to the line.
And they don't look very deep, Maconaquah don't, so I hope they don't have a whole lot of foul trouble because they don't look very deep.
Dodderwick's free throw is good. She's got 3 and looking for 4. Elena Webb coming into the door, so she might be able to play the second half. A rebound.
I think there's a rule on that. I don't think you're allowed to play. She had a soccer contest that she was at. I don't believe she's allowed to play, though. Unless she is in the scorebook. If Omega put her in the scorebook, she should be allowed to play. If not, then she cannot.
Greer, offensive rebound, goes off the glass and in.
But I think before the game, the officials count how many people are in the book, and then they count the players, and they have to have a certain amount. So I doubt she'll be able to play. I'm not quite sure, though. We'll see if she comes out in uniform.
Aubrey Tan back into the lineup for the Lady Indians. She's a defensive machine.
25 points with 2.5 minutes to play in the first quarter.
Ulrich playing good defense.
They had 75 game 1. They're on pace to do that. Holly Greer with a steal. She's going to take it in, puts it up, got it to go.
A nice play by Holly Greer, and the lead is 20.
Erica Foy with good hands there to break at that pass back to the center.
Right now, I'm telling you what, if the Lady Indians play like this all year long, there's not a team in the state that can beat them.
No, I would agree.
Here comes the pressure. Inside, taken away by Ulrich. She's running, looks up, wide open. Aubrey Tan. Layup is good on an assist.
Such a good pass by Taylor Ulrich there to get the ball to Tan. Good run by Tan, though. Let's give her credit. Good run, and a steal by Erica Foy. Indians are running again. Oh, behind the back she goes.
Foy taking it inside, goes up, Off the glass, no, gets her own rebound, puts it up, and puts it in.
Holy moly, 31-7. They are turning them over possession after possession. Erica Foy with another steal. She's going to take it up, lays it up, got it to go.
The Lady Indians are scoring at will. Whenever they want to score, they're scoring.
This coach don't even know what to say. He's trying his darndest to give him all the confidence in the world. But it's going to be tipped, and it's going to be Mississinewa basketball. And Corey Wilson is energized over there on the sideline.
The offense.
Look at Omega.
All the coaches over there fired up. The team's fired up, and right now they're on fire.
Yeah, and this crowd's going crazy too. I mean, it's a decently sized crowd tonight.
Here is Aubrey Tan working to her right. Gets it over to Bartell. She's going to fire a three, and she nailed it. The Lady Indians just will not miss. It doesn't matter how many defenders. And a steal by Allie Hewitt. She stepped on the out-of-bounds line, but I'm telling you what, this team is, like you said, a totally different team from Wednesdays.
So just think of this. They had, what was the final was?
58-48. Mississinewa only had 48 points in the entire ball game. In the first quarter, they're only 12 points short of having what they had in the entire game on Wednesday.
And the funny thing about it is we still have a minute to go. With 102 on the score on the Nicholson Realty scoreboard, the Indians lead 36-7 right now.
I seen them score 10 points in less than a minute about 3 minutes ago. And at this rate, if they could do that, they would only be 2 points shy of what they scored the entire game on Wednesday.
And that is ridiculous.
That is unbelievable just to think about how many points they've scored just this quarter. Anytime in a girls' basketball game you score 36 points in a quarter, you're 9 times out of 10 going to go on and win the game.
Well, it's not only that. If you score 36 points at any level of any kind of basketball, if you score 36, it's over.
McKee playing defense right up in her face. Going inside, swinging it out. This is Moore. Moore looks. Gets it over to number 13. We don't have her listed on our varsity roster, so that might be Madison Wilson from the junior varsity. Because like you said, Maconaquah doesn't look too deep.
And a thing to touch on here, you said Elena Webb just showed up. I believe if she was going to miss a game, this was probably the game to miss.
Fighting for it out of bounds. It's Indian basketball.
That's good hustle by Erica Foy. And once again, she's playing with an injury, everybody, so she's not even 100%.
Here's McKee. Across half court, the Lady Indians probably going to look for one unless they just get a wide open shot, and they do. Here's Foy, a three. This one rattles in and out. Plank gets the rebound, throws it up, but she's fouled, and I think she's going to the line for two.
I'll tell you what, that Foy jumper, I'm pretty sure that ball hit the bottom of the net and bounced back out. It looked like it hit there was a trampoline under the net and just jumped it right back out.
Yeah, that ball was...
You couldn't have been any more deeper into that basket without it not going in.
That ball was all but down.
That's a good way to say it.
A missed free throw here by Plank. It's only the second missed free throw of the night. Or that's the third missed. And make it the fourth.
And I'm still telling you, they need to improve on the free throw shooting. I understand it's a huge lead, but you have to improve on those things, especially come tournament time and conference time.
Coach Tandy fired up. I think she wants a steal. Moore in the corner. Here's a jumper. By number 40 hit the side of the backboard. Here's Hewitt running. She's got McKee.
Good
nice
pass.
Goes up, missed it. Foy there to clean it up. She puts it off the glass and puts it in.
That is a beautiful trail by Erica Foy to get that point. And after one, here on the Nicholson Realty scoreboard, your Lady Indians 38, the Maconaquah Braves 7. Here after one, we'll be back on the Tribe Sports Network.
Back on the Tribe Sports Network, out of the end of the first quarter, the Lady Indians have shot 26 shots. They've hit 16, 61.5% in the first quarter for the Lady Indians. Here's McKee, wide open inside, goes off the glass and puts it in. And Riley McKee has now got her 9th point of the game. Jump ball possession goes to Maconaquah. Riley McKee with 9 points in the game, and the Lady Indians have 40, just 8 points shy of what they scored the entire game on Wednesday. Dribbling to her left and back to the right is Lamb. Foul was on Lady Indian number 33, Riley McKee, her first. Here's a fake three and driving baseline and throwing it out of bounds was number 12, Sienna Powell, and a turnover on the Lady Braves, and the ball is going back to the Lady Indians. Josh?
You called that a little early there, Dalton.
Well, the ball was just too hard of a pass. And
Erica's hurt on the play. She might have got poked in the eye.
Here's McKee driving to her right. In the corner to Bartell. Throws it inside Allie Hewitt. Hewitt, they called it traveling.
See, that one wasn't a travel. They're saying she moved her pivot foot, but her foot was planted. She moved her opposite pivot foot to try to make space.
Yeah, I seen Allie look over at Coach Tandy and say, I had it on my pivot foot.
Yeah, so that was a missed call there. But this little guard's carrying it every time she touches it. She's literally carrying the ball.
Here's a steal by the Lady Indians. Here's Bartell running.
Oh, got to look up. Holly was a good run. She carried it too.
Now Greer saves it. Hewitt goes inside, throws up a wild shot, no good.
She ain't going to get the call because her hands were straight up.
Here's a jumper off, and somehow the Lady Braves come away with a rebound. A three, possibly a two. Oh, they called it a three for Brittany Lamb. Here comes McKee with the Lady Indians up by 30. McKee at the top of the key.
I like that. Keep
saying
left. That phrase. I knew you was getting ready to say it. That's why I started laughing.
Over to Greer. Inside, wide open alley. Hewitt, not too good of a pass. And another turnover on the Lady Indians. That's only their 4th after having 24 on Wednesday. And Josh Elena Webb has just come onto the Lady Indians bench out of the locker room, and she is dressed.
It looks like she must have been in the book before the game.
Shot up and saved by the Lady Braves, but they're fighting for it. I think it's going to be a jump ball. And timeout, Mississinewa. A good timeout by Coach Tandy. It's 40-10, a 30-point lead with 5:55 left in the first half. We'll do the same. 40-10, Indians with the lead. Back in 30 seconds. Inbounding the ball is Allie Hewitt gets it to Riley McKee. And she dribbles to her right, gets it to Allie Hewitt. Hewitt tries to get it inside, throws it across the court. Netta Turner driving baseline. Good defense by the Lady Braves. Here's Dodderwick back to Turner. Inside playing, turns around, puts it off the glass, and puts it in.
That is a good decision by Cheddar instead of forcing that to just throw it up there. Or Netta Cheddar, sorry.
Here is Lamb. And out of bounds, the ball goes back to the Lady Indians. Aubrey Tan checking into the lineup, and Elena Webb checks into the lineup as well. So now everybody on the varsity roster has entered the game because here is Elena Webb.
Yeah, and just a quick thing. Coach Forshee, the men's soccer coach, just informed me that Elena Webb just got back from the Indian Elite North-South All-Star game, and she scored 2 goals and won the MVP.
Netta Turner, a long 3, no good. Tan comes away with the rebound.
So congrats to Elena Webb on the MVP and the 2 goals. You represent Mississinewa very well.
Here is Webb dribbling with her right hand. Now goes back with her left. She's better get rid of it, and she does. Gets it to Turner at the volleyball line.
She's going to sleep well tonight after running 80 minutes in a soccer game to coming out here and playing basketball. Holy moly.
Here's Dodderwick. Gets it to Plank. Plank dribbles. Goes inside. Brings it back out to Elena Webb. Webb better get going. And she falls. Gets it to Plank. She was bumped. No call. Backing down her defender. Gets it to Webb. And now they're bringing it back out to set up the offense. Good defense here by the Braves.
They're trying to get the set right. They're messing up the set. Oh, they found it. They found it.
Here's Tan. Throws it off the glass. No, Plank fighting for it. They're going to go down. It's going to be a jump ball, and I think Mississinewa is going to keep it.
They will keep it on the possession.
Gotta like the effort from Hallie Plank.
Yeah, she dove with 2 other Maconaquah defenders to get that, so good hustle there by Hallie Plank. I think they're going to try to get this set right.
Here's Webb to Tan. And now Webb's going to be open. She throws it inside to Plank. Plank backs down her defender, goes back to the right, throws it off the glass, and no good. And Webb comes away with the board. She goes up, and she's hacked and going to the line for 2.
That's good work there by Elena Webb to come on the side, the strong side, and get the ball. Or I guess you can call it the strong side. That's where everybody was at.
So, like you said, I bet Elena Webb sleeps until Monday morning after tonight. Here's the free throw by Webb, and it is no good. I'm sure her legs have got to be tired.
Even that, or she's just tired, because there's no way I could get out there and run 80 minutes of soccer. Let me tell you that much.
Run 80 minutes of soccer, score 2 goals, let alone, and then come play 3 quarters of basketball.
That's a trooper right there. That's a trooper.
This free throw by Webb is off, and she chased it and almost gets the rebound.
She traveled. She can't get back up after she touches it. Maconaquah basketball. And, folks, as you're looking at your computer screen, TV screen, wherever you're watching, know the scoreboard is not wrong. It is 42-10 Indians.
Here is the Lady Indians playing very good defense. And here's a steal off of a Lady Brave, but they're going to give it to the Lady Braves. They've got to feel sorry for them.
Well, I don't know about all that. I'm pretty sure it went off Netta Cheddar's foot. Only 3 seniors this basketball team has, so we'll see. They might be a pretty good basketball team next year, the Indians. I was looking at the senior banners.
Here's Foy, goes around her defender, throws it off the glass. No, rebound Plank. She puts it up and puts it in.
Good trail there by Plank to get the rebound and in, and Erica got knocked on the play. Good heavens. That's a double dribble. She double dribbled and traveled all in the same possession.
Looked like she stepped out of bounds right there, too. She threw up a wild shot, somehow got her own rebound, and threw it back out. Here's Gardner. I'm telling you what, the Lady Braves look all but.
And a block by Hallie Plank, and almost every offense that can happen in the game happened in that possession.
That was a good pass from Foy, a little strong, and with the tired legs of Elena Webb, I'm telling you.
She didn't look like she was at full speed there. So
yeah, but that's the 5th turnover on the Lady Indians, and yeah, Webb's coming out. She's got to be tired.
Yeah. Just a little bit here, a little bit there.
McKee and Ulrich in, 2 speedy guards along with Aubrey Tan. You've got 3 really quick guards. Erica Foy's really quick, and Netta Turner can really get moving too.
They're just going to keep Webb a little bit at a time because just to keep the rust off.
Tan takes it away and then throws it away, making it the 6th Lady Indian turnover. Here's a shot by Gardner, no good. Ulrich with the rebound. Running the floor is McKee. She's got her wide open. She goes up and left it short. And Ulrich knocks it away.
So I think McKee's best interest there was to catch that and swing it back out. She was too far into the basket.
Jolie Gardner scores there. Now here's Foy, spots up for a three. This one rattles in and out.
Good box
and
out
here's
by Cheddar.
Turner to Ulrich, a three. This one is long, fought for.
That was a no-look pass by Cheddar. By Netta, sorry. She might have got poked in the eye or hit in the mouth or bloody nose. I'm not quite sure. One of the Maconaquah players doesn't quite know. She might have lost teeth or something. She's getting ready to get sick, maybe. And she's getting sick.
Meanwhile, Tyler Bartell checks into the lineup.
I've never seen this before, I'm going to be honest with you.
I think she got hit in the throat. Going inside is Gardner, and here's number 34, Pike, with a shot. Here is McKee across the timeline, dribbles to her left, and gets it to Allie Hewitt. Hewitt goes around her defender, goes up, puts it off the glass. Somehow it doesn't go in. And now there's going to be a foul. Fouls on number 15, Allie Hewitt, her second and the team's fourth. Dribbling to her left, now back to the right, was number 13, Wilson. Now Gardner. Trapped by McKee and Hewitt. Good defense by the Lady Indians. They're going to get a 5-second call and a timeout, Maconaquah. 44-12 with a minute and a half left in the first half. We'll take a 1-minute timeout and come back. This is the IHSAA girls basketball action live from Mississinewa High School. Welcome back to Mississinewa High School. Lady Indians up by 32, and here comes a jumper. Turn it up. Here is Ulrich. Throws it inside to Bartell, puts it off the glass, and puts it in. Bartell with 5, and the Lady Indians lead is 34. Driving inside and putting up a wild floater, and somehow it falls in. That's Madison Wilson.
I believe that's their 4th point of the quarter with 1 minute to go.
Here's Ulrich at the top of the key. Spots up for a 3, and it is long. And coming away with the rebound is Erica Foy.
Well, she must have went cold turkey from the JV game to the varsity game.
Well, Foy gets the rebound, and then she puts it in off of a missed 3 by Taylor Ulrich.
And this matches the total that we had in Wednesday night's game. Just saying.
And a turnover on Maconaquah.
And let me just tell you, the Indians have a chance to score more in the first half tonight than they did the whole game Wednesday. And if they get this, they're on pace for 100.
Here is Ulrich.
She thought about pulling the trigger from the volleyball line.
Well, she hit one early in the JV game that was way from outer limits.
Oh, they left Bartell open. I'm surprised she hasn't pulled it.
They're looking for one shot. We're down to 8. McKee with 7. Loses it. Gets it back. And she turned it over,
Yep.
and that's the way the first half
Yep,
is
Dalton, they're
going.
holding for one shot. Turnover, baby.
That's the end of the first half. The Lady Indians end with 7 turnovers. It's 48-14 at the half. We'll come back with some halftime stats and more after this 2-minute timeout. Welcome back to Mississinewa High School at the half. Lady Indians with a 34-point lead, 48-14. It's a 36-point lead for the Lady Indians, 48-14. At the half, the Lady Indians are 21 of 40, 52.5% from the field. That is deadly from the field for the Lady Indians. From the free throw line, the Lady Indians are 3 of 9, 33%. So again, missed opportunities for the Lady Indians from the free throw line. And we will take another 2-minute timeout and come back with individual player stats. This is Lady Indian Basketball on the Tribe Sports Network. Welcome back to Mississinewa High School. Again at the half, Lady Indians lead 48-14, a 36-point lead at the halftime break. Again, the Lady Indians are 21 of 40 at the halftime break, 52.5% from the free throw line, 3 of 9 for 33%. Individually scoring for the Lady Indians, Erica Foy leads the team with 11 points and 4 rebounds. Riley McKee has 9 points. She has 4 layups and a free throw. Then it is Allie Hewitt with 5 points. Hallie Plank has 4. Holly Greer with 4. Madison Dodderwick with 3, and Aubrey Tan with 2. 5 minutes left in the halftime break, and that's when we'll come back with the second half. Welcome back to Mississinewa High School. Lady Indians coming out in the second half, third quarter with the lead. Jump ball possession to Mississinewa. Here is Riley McKee with the ball. Guess where? At the top of the key.
Oh, that's beautiful. 3 times tonight.
Here is McKee into the corner. To Bartell. She drives baseline, puts up a floater, and puts it in. And the hot hand continues for the Lady Indians.
I will say they continue to rumble like they did in the first half.
They're on pace to score 100 if they can just get one extra basket.
They would have to score 52 this half, and I doubt that happens. They're going to slow it down eventually.
They'll have to make 43 shots in the entire game, and they've made 22 of 41 this evening.
I doubt they'll shoot many more threes unless they're wide open.
Shot off the glass, no.
They got to continue to box out, though, and rebound. This team could come back.
It's never over until the clock hits 0, and I think it's off of Allie Hewitt's off of her foot, rather.
Off of her fan. Yeah, the game ain't over until the old lady sings, so.
Here is Riley McKee at the top of the key. Dribbles to her left, now back to her right.
That's 4 times
Gets
tonight.
it inside to Foy. She goes around her defender, puts up a floater off the glass, and puts it in the basket. 52-14. Inside pass. No.
It looks like they're scared to put it up against Blank. She's a tower down there.
Here's a 3 from the lefty. That was Jesh, and it was no good. Somehow Maconaquah gets the rebound. Here's a shot up. No. And a rebound comes down to Foy. I think I've got it.
Whoa. Oh.
McKee comes away with it. Gets it
worked out.
Gets it to Allie Hewitt, and she puts it in a basket, and the lead is 40 for the Lady Indians.
It worked out perfectly for the Indians.
Driving to her left is Jesh. Floater up off the glass and in by Powell. And here comes Riley McKee. McKee at the top of the key, dribbles to her left, now back to the right. Now back left to Hallie Plank. Plank goes around her defenders, kicks it out in the corner to Bartell. Wide open 3 ball. No good. And running away with the ball is Jess. Shot up, no good, off of Plank and out of bounds. It's Lady Brave basketball. So Lady Indians look very good at the timeout, Mississinewa. 54-16, but it's a 30-second timeout. And right now the Lady Indians are on their way to their second win of the year. It's 54-16 with 5:41 left in the third quarter. Right now, the Lady Indians are doing very good. Any point that they get after 48 tonight, so the last 2 buckets is more than what they've scored this past game on Wednesday. So they've scored 4 more points than what they scored on Wednesday, and I think they'll probably score around the 60 or 70 mark in this game, the way things are going. There's still 5 minutes left in the third, and they've got 54 points. Inbounding the ball is Maconaquah. Here's Jess, gets it over to Wilson. Now Jess is shot up, no, and a rebound to Hallie Plank. Here's Hewitt, a pass to Bartell, beautiful pass. Bartell goes up and puts it in. And Tyler Bartell has only missed 1 shot. She has 9 points. Here's Jess, the Lady Indians trapping. McKee takes it away. She's running the floor. She's going to have a wide open layup, and it goes up. She missed it. Rebound, Allie Hewitt. She puts it off the glass and puts it in. So a rebound basket to Allie Hewitt gets her 7th point of the game, and a foul on number 15, Allie Hewitt. I think it's going to be her 3rd. It is Hewitt's 3rd, team's 1st, and the subs are coming in. A couple of subs here. We've got Netta Turner and Elena Webb into the lineup, replacing Riley McKee and Allie Hewitt.
And the funny thing is when we say subs, we don't mean like subs. We mean like could start.
Here is Foy with a rebound. Makes it her 6th unofficially. Webb gets it to Plank. Now Webb, cross-court pass, and it was a bad pass. And the Lady Indians have 8 turnovers. Shot up by Jess is no good. Rebound, Elena Webb.
Look at him just beat him down the floor.
Now to Bartell. Bartell stops, picks up her dribble, shoots the ball, and puts it in. Tyler Bartell.
That's 6 this quarter, I think.
It is.
She came out of nowhere.
Jess to her left, back to the right, taken away by Netta Turner. She's going to try to get her
slam
two.
it.
She goes up, puts up a floater, and she's fouled. She's going to go to the line for 2.
She jumped a little early on that one. She, I don't know if it was a layup or just a floater, but if it was a layup, she might have wanted to wait just a tad bit longer.
Netta Turner going to try to get into the scoring column. There's only 2 Lady Indians that have not scored tonight. It's Netta Turner and Elena Webb. The rest have scored.
Well, change that.
Now there's only 1 that has not scored. Off of a free throw from Netta Turner gets her first points. The only Lady Indian yet to score is Elena Webb. Here comes the second free throw from Turner. This one is also good, and she's got 2. Lady Indians lead 62-16. And here's another steal by Netta Turner. She's running the floor. She goes up with a left hand. It was knocked out of her hands.
That went off on her foot.
Yeah, and they gave the ball back to the Lady Indians.
There, once again, she left a little early. I don't know what she was trying to do.
Elena Webb inbounding. Looks. Floats it up to Greer. She grabs a hold of it. Throws it in to
good
Foy.
cut.
Shot up. Shot in.
Good basket cut there by Erica Foy.
64-16. Looks like she traveled. She did. Maconaquah fans just staring with a blank face as to what they're watching.
That you have right, Dalton.
Let's see if Webb can get in the scoring column, and that wouldn't be every single Lady Indian on the varsity roster scored tonight. Webb to her left, gets it to Bartell. Bartell goes around her defender, pass inside to Greer, wide open, left it short. She had Greer wide open under the basket, and she left it short, or the lead would have been 50.
And, folks, once again, there's not a typo on the scoreboard. It is 64-16.
Gardner.
She traveled.
Shot up. No. Rebound to Elena Webb, and we've got a foul.
You're going to be on 32, I believe.
Elena Webb, 3 rebounds. Foul is on number
3.
Jolie Gardner. It's her first team's second. I had it for the team's third. Here is Webb at the volleyball line. Dribbles with the right hand. Floats it to Turner. It's going to be a turnover on the Lady Indians. And that is their 9th turnover. Taylor Ulrich into the lineup for the Lady Indians. She had the hot hand in the third quarter of the JV contest. Let's see if she can get the hot hand in the third quarter of this contest. Gardner goes inside, kicks it out to Jess, knocked away by Foy.
Oh, good pass.
Here's Webb wide open, goes up with a left hand, puts it in, and now every single Lady Indian on the varsity roster has scored at least 1 point.
That's good technique there by
the lead
Webb
is now 50.
to use the left.
Aubrey Tan going to check in. She replaces Netta Turner. It's not like Coach Tandy's trying to run the score up because she's subbing all of her players in.
Yeah,
it's just the flow of the game.
Flow of the game, she's subbing. I mean, you can't say much more about it.
Here's a Webb. Webb's being fouled. No call. Here's a layup missed, and Webb comes away with the rebound.
Look up at Ulrich. Look up at Ulrich. Good pass.
Ulrich wide open, puts it off the glass, and puts it in, and an assist to Elena Webb. Taylor Ulrich with her 7th point, and now it's 68-16. Pass off of Ulrich, and it's going to be Lady Brave basketball. Madison Dodderwick into the lineup. She replaces Foy.
And here in Maconaquah, it's a rebuilding process. The coach that they have now, last year was his first year. They went 2-21. This year they're 0-1. So it's definitely a rebuild.
Shot off the glass and in by Lily Scheffler. Here's Webb, goes across the timeline at the top of the key. Throws it in the corner to Tan. It's knocked out of bounds, and still Lady Indian basketball. Man, Josh, how about this Lady Indian basketball team tonight?
Well, they've impressed me. They're going to at least get past the number of points that they've had this year, which was
75.
75. Now it's, I mean, they're already at 68. They're going to get 80 probably.
Greer finds wide open Ulrich in the corner for three.
Yeah.
Shot it long. The rebound fought for. Dodderwick staying with it. And now Greer gets it, and it's going to be a foul. Who's the foul going to be on?
She wasted all of it in the first half, or in the JV contest.
Fouls on Lady Brave, number 32. Atlanta Huckleby. Here's Tan. Dribbles to her left, picks up her dribble, gets it to Ulrich.
Swing. They had Dodderwick open on the backside.
Ulrich shot fake. I liked that.
Good move.
And then she tried to get it to Dodderwick, who was coming into the corner, who was going to be wide open. And now they're going to call a foul, I think, on Dodderwick or Ulrich.
It's going to be on Ulrich.
Riley McKee checking in to replace Elena Webb. Foul is on Ulrich. It's her first. Team's third of the half.
They've not called a whole lot of fouls because Maconaquah has only got 3 fouls as well. So they're kind of letting the game just kind of play out here. I think everybody's ready to get home.
At this point, Josh, if we was going to name offense and defensive players, you'd have to name it the entire team, which means I'd have to stand down there for an hour and interview the entire team.
Yeah.
But we'll narrow it down come to the later stages of this game.
Yeah.
A missed layup by Aubrey Tan.
I would say right now you could probably give offensive player to probably Erica Foy. And, I mean, most nights that's who's going to be. But I kind of have a player under the radar that I could go offensive player of the night for, and I think that's Allie Hewitt. Because she usually doesn't score a whole lot. She's more of a defender and a passer. But, I mean, she's got 8 or 10, 12 points tonight. So I think she deserves offensive player no matter who – however anybody scores. I think she deserves it more than anybody.
Here is Greer at the volleyball line. Gets to Riley McKee. McKee throws it to Tan, a wide open three. No, Holly Greer going to fight for the rebound and get it, but she was out of bounds, and it's a turnover on the Lady Indians, making that only their 10th turnover. After having 24, 10's not a bad number.
And I would say, honestly, Dalton, if I would go defensive player, I'd go Netta Turner, just because she's got a couple pass breakups and she's not always in the thick of things. She's on a name we mention all the time. So I would say we go 2 underdogs tonight because I feel like it's kind of an underdog-type night.
I got a couple other people. I would agree with what you're saying, but if you look at Riley McKee defensively, she's had a couple of steals and a couple of open layups down here at this end, so you could...
Well, then I'd say those 3 then.
You could put McKee in that category. You could also put Holly Greer in that category because she's not, a typical scorer, but really she's had a silent 6 points and, 4 or 5 rebounds.
Well, then we could just double up and do all 4 tonight then. You think you could pull that off?
I'm sure we could probably get 4 interviews along with Coach Tandy.
That'd be perfect. I just want to give some players recognition that doesn't usually get it because Webb, I feel like Foy and Webb kind of steal all the thunder.
Welcome back to Mississinewa High School, where the Lady Indians are on their way to their second victory of the 2017-2018 season. Through 3 quarters of play, they are 31 of 54 from the field, making that 57% on the night. Here's a 3 by Jess, no good. Turner fighting for the rebound and out of bounds.
I think they might set the season high for points.
It's definitely their best defensive night, as I heard you say a moment ago.
Yeah.
Here's Jess, and taken away by Elena Webb. Here is Turner. Gets it to Webb in the corner. Bartell wide open, going to launch a 3. This one is nothing but net.
Tell you what, she's came on here in the second half. She had 6 or 8 points in the third quarter, and she comes right out with a 3.
Bartell could also be in that offensive category. 73 points for the Lady Indians. Here's a shot up, no good, and a rebound to Hallie Plank. She's got unofficially 5 rebounds.
They're going to tie it here, or they're going to break it. And I don't believe last year they had 73 points in a game, so, or 75. So Cheddar might be the one, or Netta Cheddar might be the one to change it here. Good feed, and Erica's foul on the play.
Here's an inbound. Turner going to launch the 3. This one's no good. Webb fights for the rebound, and it's brought away by the Lady Braves.
Yeah, her shot didn't look quite the same on that.
Looked like she just kind of rushed it.
Yeah. Kind of looked like a chicken wing shot.
Here's Jess up top, going to be trapped. Now she gets rid of it. The Lady Indians still playing 100% the entire game.
Do you know what the scoring record is for girls basketball?
I don't, and Foy goes up with a layup.
Because I know the boys, the boys set the record last year against Marion, 103.
I will see if I can get that information at the end of the game, talking to Coach Tandy in the postgame.
Perfect.
75-18, Indians with the lead.
That ties. Oh, sorry, go ahead, Dalton.
Here's a 3 by number 20, Lily Scheffler, and the Lady Indians are on their way to their second win of the year. Bartell going to launch a 3, no good. Webb comes away with a rebound, and too many Lady Braves are there.
So what I was saying is that just ties the season high for the Indians this year, 75. They scored against Taylor in the first game, but they give up 56 that game. And another thing they give up 54. Another thing to talk on, I don't think last year they scored this many points in one ball game. So right there in the past, I would say 3 seasons, this is the most points that our girls basketball team has scored.
77 points tonight, and that's the season high in scoring.
In at least the last 3 seasons, I'd say, Dalton. We can actually take a peek here real quick. So we'll continue to bring you the coverage here. We're going to go ahead and look at some past seasons real quick here to see what the record's been here in the past couple seasons. So last year the Lady Indians started out 3-0 and won 6 of their first 7 games in the first 10 games, and then went on like a 14-game lose streak. So last year, the most points they scored was 63. The year before that, they scored 76 against Muncie Burst 2 years ago, and they have 79 tonight. So right now, that's the most. They scored 79 against Elwood 3 years ago. So right now, they would tie the past 3 seasons total, and there's 81, so forget about that. 4 seasons ago, the most they scored was 66, or 68, pardon me. 2011, 2012, the most they scored was 56. 2010, 2011, most they scored was 59. They scored 85 against Alexandria in the 2007-2008 season, so they still haven't quite got that. But that's 2008, so that is that's 9 years ago. Elena Webb with a three-point basket, and that's 86 points for the Indians. And that just topped the number I just shared with you. I'm trying to find the season. Sorry, that was the 27. So that was 10 years ago they had 85. So the new record in the past 10 years, Erica Foy with the three-point basket up, no good. As we continue to try to look here through the record books, I'm not seeing a game where they scored more than 85 points in a night. They have 86. Not saying it's going to be the century mark, but maybe we can try to get to 90 tonight. I'm looking at some of the sectional championship. They won back-to-back in 2001, 2002. They did not score more than 77 points in both of those seasons. So 88's the number right now with 2:50 left in the ball game. So since 1999, the Indians have not scored more than 85 points in a ball game. So right now in the past, since 99, so 18 years ago, so in the past 18 years, this is the most points in that a ladies team has scored. So this is a high-scoring offense and a high-scoring affair for the Indians. It is just unbelievable to think. And they've only given up 22 points, so it's not like they've just been offensively tonight. They've played both offense and defense. I can't remember the last time I've seen a lopsided game of this nature, especially here at Mississinewa. And they still continue to run the floor. Tan takes it down the court, lays it up. She was too far into the basket. So it was a little bit of an air ball in the floater, I guess you can call it, or layup. Ball comes down to Riley McKee, and she's fouled on the play. 2 shots to come. Shot 1 from the line for McKee is up. And no good. So I don't think we're going to see the century mark tonight, but we might see 90. I hope we see 90. We still have 2 minutes to go. We've seen this offense score more than 10 points in a minute, so they can force a couple turnovers, get a couple easy baskets. You never know how this game might finish. Erica Foy with the steal, gives it to Netta Cheddar. Netta over to Erica. Erica with a little sauce, throws up the 2, no good. Full court pass down the floor, and Erica Foy says, "Get it out of my house." Swats it into the elderly lady there in the stands, and oh my heavens, good block there by Erica. The two older ladies are down there just getting a laugh out of that. They're like, hey, we got to touch the ball tonight. That's awesome. Crazy block. Good box out by Taylor Ulrich. Gives the ball to Foy. Foy brings it down the court with 1:34 to go in the contest. Cheddar in the corner along with Riley McKee. On the elbow. Swings it over to Cheddar for 3. No good. Threw up a brick. Erica Foy with the rebound. Got it knocked out of her hands. Maconaquah's got the ball. She's by herself. Here comes Ulrich to contest. She contested, but in it goes for number 5. With 1 minute to go here in the contest, 88-24. The scoreboard is not a lie. Over to Netta Cheddar. She's wide open. She gets it into Plank. She decided not to shoot it. Plank got the ball stolen away, and Riley McKee gets it on the outlet pass. She'll bring it up with 48. I would not be surprised if they don't shoot it again. Ulrich with it, gets it batted away down to Plank. And a foul is committed. 40 seconds left here in the contest, and it is a 1-and-1 for Hallie Plank. She has not hit a free throw tonight. And you can hear Coach Turner screaming down there in the background, hit it, baby, and she hit it. 89-24. Indians up in the contest with a minute to go. Actually, 40 seconds if we're exact. Looking like we got us a winner in this ball game. Hallie Plank misses the second. Maconaquah rebound with 38. Netta Cheddar with a steal, and it's out of bounds. It'll be Mississinewa basketball, and if I had to guess, Omega is just going to say, hold it, and we're done. But there's 34 seconds, and we know she likes to continue to score, but she's saying one, so I don't know if that means one shot or just hold it. Hallie Plank gets it down low, puts it up and in and one. And that gets you 91 points. The basket's going to count and one. Hallie Plank's going back to the line. Free throws up and is no good. Erica Foy fought for the rebound, couldn't get it. Taylor Ulrich with a steal over to Foy for two, got it to go. They're trying to hit the century mark. 93-24 with 15 seconds to play. There will be no century mark. But good defense continued by the Indians. Shots up and is good by Maconaquah. We got a final here for Mississinewa High School. Your Lady Indians 93. Your Maconaquah Lady Braves 26. That's a wrap here from Friedenberger Court, and a torched Indians team picks off the win here, scoring 93, the most in the last 18 seasons for the Indians. This might have been the school record for most points in a varsity girls basketball game. I could be wrong, though. We're going to go ahead and take a 2-minute timeout, and we'll be back to get Dalton with the offensive player of the game, the defensive player of the game, and coaching interview with Omega Tandy. And I assume we're going to pull 4 ladies to interview here, hopefully being, if I had to guess, Netta Cheddar, Allie Hewitt, Riley McKee, and I assume he's going to go with Holly, but I could be wrong. So we'll wait and see. But we know Omega is going to have her interview coming up here. And a 2-minute timeout here on the Tribe Sports Network.
We're back on the Tribe Sports Network, sending it to sideline with Dalton Bishop.
Test. Ryan down here on the court, waiting some of their players and Coach Tandy. We're going to have a talk with Erica Foy, Allie Hewitt, Tyler Bartell, and Riley McKee. The Lady Indians scoring, Erica Foy had 21 points, Hallie Plank had 7, Elena Webb with 7, Allie Hewitt with 11, Tyler Bartell had 14, Taylor Ulrich with 7, Holly Greer with 6, Riley McKee had 11 points, Madison Dodderwick had 3, Netta Turner with 2, and Aubrey Tan with 2. Shooting the ball, the Indians were 40 of 72 as a team for 55%. And from the free throw line, things still not too pretty, 6 of 14 for 43% to go along with 10 turnovers. We'll send it back upstairs to Josh, and we will have a talk with Coach Tandy and a few other players here in just a few minutes.
We are back here on the Tribe Sports Network, and we're going to go ahead and send it over to Dalton Bishop down for the coaches post game here on Tribe TV.
Thanks so much, guys. Standing with Coach Tandy after a 67-point win. Coach, you're 2-1 on the year. I don't know if you know what the record is for the most points scored in girls basketball.
I have no idea.
I'd have to say 93 is probably pretty close to the record, if it's not the record. But, Coach, first off, congratulations on the win. I have you 40 of 72 shooting for 55%. What do you think the difference was between tonight's team and Wednesday night's team?
I think we needed Wednesday night for us to focus on who we are and get back to playing our basketball. We watched a lot of film on Taylor, the game we played against Taylor, so we could get back to who we are and what we do. And we challenged some players personally to really step up individually, and they did. And when they do that, our team is much better.
Coach, you cut your turnovers in half. I only have you with 10. That's got to be a good sight.
It is. We have 12, and I don't know. Maybe you're right. I hope you're right. But that was one of our biggest focus. In order for us to be a good team, we have to stop turning the ball over. We play fast-paced, but we need to make sure we're taking care of each possession. And I was very proud of our girls for doing that today.
I feel like free throw shooting is something you still got to work on. I have you 6 of 14 for 43%. Still, free throws are still a havoc.
Absolutely. We missed 9 free throws. I have to make sure that in practice we're making the time to shoot free throws in pressure situations, and we have to get better at that. I'm happy that we're getting to the line, but we got to knock the shot down in close games. So that's definitely something we're going to work on.
Coach, I thought Allie Hewitt really stepped up tonight. She's a girl that I've heard you talk about that has the potential to score the ball a lot. It's just getting the fact of her doing it. And tonight I thought she did a great job.
Absolutely. Allie is probably second on our team with her potential to be a scorer. Allie could be averaging 15 to 20 points a game if she will just get to the basket and continue to look for her shot. She's such an unselfish player, but she's always looking to pass first. So we challenged her to look for herself today, and that helped our team a lot.
Coach, thank you for your time, and we'll see you at Bluffton.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
Back to you, Josh, and we will have Riley McKee and Erica Foy in just a few minutes.
We are back here on the Tri-Sports Network, sitting down to the sideline with Dalton Bishop.
Thanks, Ryan. Erica Foy with us after the Lady Indians with a 67-point win tonight, 93-26. Erica, you had 21 points and 10 rebounds. Your third double-double this season in all 3 games. What do you feel like the difference was between Wednesday night's team and tonight's team?
We definitely brought the intensity of this game. We didn't have as many turnovers. We took care of the ball, and we stayed composed the whole game.
Do you feel like free throws are still an issue for you guys? I have you 6 of 14. That's 9 missed free throws again. If you hit all those free throws, you're in the hundreds.
For sure, and we're working on that. We've talked about it. We know we need to make free throws, and we're going to end up making them throughout the season.
I feel like you guys did a great job tonight, having 24 turnovers on Wednesday. Only I have you with 10. Coach has you with 12 for tonight. Do you feel like that's another big step in improvement?
Definitely. That's really changed the game for us from Wednesday to today. Having as many turnovers as we did kind of just brought the intensity down, and having less turnovers, it really picked us up.
Erica, thank you for your time, and good luck at Bluffton.
Thank you.
And Riley McKee is next. Riley, you got your first start of the year. You ended with 11 points. Got out in transition a lot tonight after some steals. Had a few easy layups. What was it like playing tonight offensively?
Oh, God.
We are having some interference with the wireless mic. We will try to fix these problems and be back with you as short as we can. This is the Tri-Sports Network.
Thanks, Josh. Having a few technical difficulties. Again, if you didn't, Riley McKee gets her first start tonight. Riley, I had you with 11 points. What was it like playing offensively tonight?
I was really excited to start my first game tonight, and I feel like we played really good defensively, which led me to a few transition baskets.
Riley, thank you for your time, and good luck at Bluffton on Tuesday.
Thank you.
And Tyler Bartell. Tyler, you had a good game offensively on Wednesday. Continued that tonight with 14 points. I feel like the hot hand has been something that you've had all season long. Just talk about what it's like playing offensively. Is it something that you get a few buckets and then you just start feeling it?
Yeah, definitely. As you keep going throughout the game, the energy gets higher and your teammates just encouraging you. It makes it easier and so much more fun.
What are some of the things you feel like your team needs to improve on as you move into Bluffton on Tuesday?
Free throws are definitely one of our main concerns. You know, we've been missing a couple, but we're going to get in the gym, and that's definitely something that we're going to fix.
Tyler, thank you for your time and good job tonight, and we'll see you at Bluffton.
Thank you.
And that is a wrap from Mississinewa High School on IHSAA Girls Basketball. This is the Tri-Sports Network. But before we leave, I would like to thank all veterans who sacrificed their life for us. And again, thank you. This is the Tri Sports Network. Alongside with me, I'm Ryan Scott, Dalton Bishop, and Josh Dakin. Have a pleasant evening and good night.